Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cease and Desist, the game where we happen to be rats, but more importantly, we're all playing blatant ripoffs of characters and are hoping
That's
not
not
to
the
get
point.
sued. Also, I guess we're rats.
It's mostly about the rats.
Sure it is.
Mostly the rats.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we're
it's-
doing a
we-
lovely.
Discord changed
comic.
a bit of their camera positioning, so we took a bit to get started, but we're here now. Yeah.
So we're doing a. Who's
I think
talking?
I'm curious first as to what the adventure is, because we haven't heard anything other than there is some kind of coming of age story for our rat teenagers.
Yeah, it's a coming of age rat thing. I don't know. The basic idea was when rats are about adult age, we picked about 16 for a cap for the character age. They have to go find how far the humans have reclaimed the big city. They have to go until they hit humans. They're sent out to map the area, but more importantly, to find the extent to which humans have reclaimed the massive.
I imagine if Rodin draw maps, then they would draw like monstrous versions of humans on them, like we would draw dragons and sea monsters on ours.
Just like in the corner.
Yeah, here be humans, exactly.
Here
Beware.
It's
Do not venture too far out.
Yeah, they're they know what humans look like because they basically live in human ruins and human sewers from the big ancient city. But they have to go find how far they are now. That's the general plan. Yeah, you're sent off in small groups. Part of it so you can learn how to survive by yourself. It's become kind of ritualized at this point. It started off being every year we send people out to figure it out, but now it's when we get enough people together of about the same age, we send them on their adult adventure, and if they come back, they're like
Recognized citizens or something?
Yeah, they're recognized adults. They can like speak at council meetings, things like that.
Yeah.
You can make your own
I don't
nest.
think it's a democracy, but yeah, speaking of council.
Yeah, but whatever, they get rights and privileges afforded to adults of their culture.
Yep.
After they go on their adventure to prove they have learned skills and they're useful to society and things like that. But ostensibly, the point is you go until you find humans and you report back how far away it is, and you're sent like this team gets this area, and you just go until you find humans. This team goes this direction, and if you go a week without finding them, like you're allowed to come back, but most don't. Most go until they do find them to show themselves. Like, look,
yeah,
we could have come back after a week, but we went a whole month to find them.
It's the expectation. It's the like that's the goal, and it's still seen as a failure, even if officially you're still considered an adult.
Yeah,
it's like a week. Still some level of curiosity on what are these humans that everyone who's an adult has seen and I haven't. It would be a failure to go back and say, yeah, I never saw a human, but I guess I'm an adult now.
Yeah,
totally saw a human. Have you seen the horns? They're awful.
It's like a week is probably like, okay, if they're a week away, that's enough time for us to gather our rat stuff and move. But that's why, like, you want to know exactly how far away they are.
Yeah. And you mostly go through underground tunnels the whole way. You don't have to like walk in the open or anything. But
Yep.
Because the Ronin are not designed for open battlefields of like war. They're a pack up and leave kind of people if we really have to. Like they'll build cities and they'll build little things, but they, by their very nature, have no problem leaving if this nest is compromised or whatever. Yeah. So we have characters.
Yes.
Ish.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out how to.
I'm trying to figure out where in Burning Wheel Gold is able for how much things cost in RP.
It's in the blue one.
What are you looking for? Sorry,
I just want to know how much of an axe is, which is a poor quality weapon.
For
You don't have rodents have their own resource rules.
Oh,
Arms is just straight
okay.
5.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
rodents don't have good or bad. They have weapon.
And it's just 5?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I should look for buy the best rodent axe I can buy. Let me go look. I doubt it.
There's throwing blades that are really good.
What page is it?
Rodent throwing blades. 456 in the codex.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just like, this is what it costs to be a rodent, and that is it. That's all you can do.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. I see it now.
Yeah, rodent arms.
Yeah, and it doesn't say what type of.
If it doesn't say, it's the same as the Manish ones, basically.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's gonna be the standard, like, arms. Like, not the poor quality, not the superior, just the standard arms.
I need to go look up the stats. I have it here. A better than poor axe.
Better than poor.
A middle class axe?
A very, yeah.
A run of the mill is.
Here we go. I got wicked shoes. Accent.
Yeah, you can do your shopping in the.
Yeah,
That's fine.
You guys I will introduce my character last. I will still probably build them after introduce.
So, yeah, give us the elevator pitch for your character. You don't have to know the beliefs just yet, because we need to figure out if you know each other and things like that. But the elevator pitch for your rodent.
All right, well, I'll start. I'm playing Jowliest Cheeser. He's the only society rodent here, so a little bit pious, but mostly he just wants to show people that he's worth more than they think he is, because he's sort of a downtrodden kind of guy. Yeah, and he's got big pudgy cheeks, and he can speak to rats, and he has this family, this nest of rats that he keeps and raises and breeds.
Does he keep them in like a backpack or?
Secreted about his person in various
gross.
pockets and whatnot. Yeah.
Various cheek
He's also
pouches.
been known because he has the pudgy cheeks to carry them in his mouth if need be.
Gross. Super gross.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say your character's names.
Part
of
you guys
it.
can say your characters' names. They're also on the overlay. It's horrible.
I guess I'll go next. Hi, everybody. I'm Leela, and I'm a rodent, but I guess you kind of already know that because we're all rodent, but that makes sense. But I usually do actually have to introduce myself as a rodent because I don't actually spend that much time around rodent. I get to go out a whole lot, and I've seen actually a couple of interesting things, but not a lot for very long because I always go away pretty quick, and for some reason people always get a little bit annoyed with me and tend to tell me to go away. And I used to be at home, but I should probably tell you at some point that you're going to have to cut me off.
I have a question. Is big cotton balls I can stuff in my ear considered personal effects or
traveling gear?
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me to cut me off. I will stop talking then, but if you don't, we'll just see exactly how long I can rabbit trail for.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody shut up when she starts. I want to see how long she can go.
So is everyone 16? Is anyone younger than 16?
I'm 16.
I'm 13.
I am 15.
Oh, I'm 16.
So okay. All right. So you're not the youngest.
No.
You
She might act
Nick,
like the youngest, though.
Nick
Sort
is
of.
the youngest.
Yes.
Character-wise, she is very friendly, very inquisitive, and she generally just thinks that everybody is an amazing person, regardless of all evidence to the contrary. She also will tend to take orders from anyone she deems smarter than herself, so she's not completely uncontrollable. So she is very important.
Yeah. Any highlights about you? Do you also keep rats in your mouth?
I don't keep rats in my mouth because I have spent some time wandering around from place to place. I'm not as rooted as most people are. I do have some serious ability, some serious survival skills, though, at this point.
Okay. Cool. Would
Yep.
you like to say the name? 'Cause I won't.
Misa Char Char Dinks. So, Char Char Dinks is a pinky. So he's very dumb, very very dumb. He's also a Sawbones, so he's also the doctor.
What?
Idiot doctor. Okay.
Yep,
That's...
idiot doctor. I like to imagine he's also been extremely lucky his entire life because otherwise they would have killed him and ate him by now because he's that worthless.
Good. Good. Do you have the surgery skill by chance?
Nope, I have field dressing
and
I trust-
poison.
and poison.
I trust
You
you
know-
more with field dressing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, he's got poison because you know, he learned like, okay, here's how you fix the body. And then he also sort of learned like, here's all the things you could do bad to a body. And then he just
I
sometimes
appreciate how you only have like 6 skills.
Yeah, I
and-
couldn't do much.
That's it. You have 6 total skills.
My skills include fixing people, hurting people with poisons, making people feel real good, soothing platitudes, begging for my life,
Well,
apothecary
it's
to
also
find
begging.
things.
It's just begging. So you could fork that into everything.
Yeah. So begging, I thought of it of just like if I'm soothing platitudes, I'm begging for my life without offering anything. And then astrology, because if he's this fucking lucky, the stars have to have aligned in one way or another.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah.
I sort of want to see the Mr. Magoo side of this like doctor where he's really skilled at poisons, but only because he thinks he's helping, but he's actually killing people.
Yeah.
This will just put them to sleep.
Yeah. And then
One
so
drop of this and the problem goes away.
he also
trying to be like to harm someone. It's like, this will just make them tired for a little bit. This one will freeze their muscles and they all just kill them.
that's why for Steel, I think I answered one of the questions. Have you ever killed or murdered someone by your own hand? I put yes, but not on purpose.
Yeah, it works.
He's got the lucky trait because if you can get it for one, why wouldn't you? And then Aura of Innocence because look at that face. Come on.
That
He couldn't
gross
do
fake
anything wrong.
face.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wait,
not.
do you have the trait that makes it so you have no fur?
No.
You have fur.
Um,
Okay.
I assume I have fur, unless
You
I don't
have
think
the coat
yeah.
of fur trait.
I do have the coat of fur trait. I don't think Pinky makes you not have that trait.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Okay.
naked is just a special trait that you can buy for a point because it's a character trait.
oh, okay. Yeah. I took Aura of Innocence because come on, he's the most innocent of boys.
I'm trying to find that rule we talked about with Steel and Rodin.
There's nothing inherently different that I noticed.
There is when you hesitate, you have to run.
Yes. Okay, but my Steel isn't actually different.
Yeah, no, the steel's not
no.
different. I was just saying that as
The effect
context
of it is.
for why,
Yeah.
like, for what I was trying to say then.
I see. Okay. Well, I will interest my.
I was just
character in my role.
expounding from the only Rodin rule for steel there is.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Let me find exactly what it is so we can keep that in our minds here. Where is it?
Steel,
Skittish.
Yeah. Skittish, they run away.
rodents- Yeah. Increase hesitation by 1 for steel test caused by fear or surprise, and hesitation for more than one action indicates the rodent must flee.
Okay.
Which is why I answered the steel question, so I have a steel of 1. Y'all
Oh,
are on
wow.
your own. I'm the fuck up.
Okay, I'm gonna answer my Steel question. Actually, I think it's more interesting if first I answer my Steel questions, and then I introduce my character by voice, because you'll see the contrast. So Steel starts at 3. Have I taken a conscript, soldier, bandit, squire, or knight type life path? I have taken the bruiser, which is not a soldier. It's like, well, it's closest to a bandit.
You're a thug.
I'm a thug.
You beat people up.
Yeah, within the I came as close as I could, and if we had more life paths, I probably would have actually become a thug, like a bandit. So I think I will take yes on that,
Okay.
if that's good.
I mean, there's Bruiser has like appropriate weapons as a
Yes, they do.
skill, right? Yeah, then I would say.
Okay. Have I ever been severely wounded? If the player was Soldier Knight Bandit, raise the only one. If not, lower it. They were. It's 5. Been murdered or killed with their own hand more than once. Yes. This is rat life is not easy life. Been tortured, enslaved, or beaten terribly over time. If yes and will is 5 or higher, raise steel. If yes and will is 3 or lower, reduce steel. My will is 4, so there's no change. Everything else is normal. So I start with a steel of 6. My character has not led a good life.
At only 13.
At only 13. For rats, that's like, I don't know. Actually, it's
That's a
probably
long life.
That's like 26 in rat years.
No, it's not.
Old age is 40 for rats.
So yeah,
Okay.
it probably is about 26.
Oh, you're almost at your midlife crisis.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mick the Mouse. How are you?
Oh, God.
Nope. Nope.
I have been listening to this for 2 weeks.
It's glorious. I have the traits mean, grumpy, and comically high voice. I am gonna mess you up if you fight me. Come on, you want some?
God. I didn't even think up a voice for Jellies. I was just gonna go normal, but now y'all.
This is awful.
Okay.
Oh God.
You should just have to go choose a voice, you know?
This is
Mean,
a one
it's
shot
fun.
now.
Lots of fun.
One shot now.
I thought cease and desist might be accurate.
There's a
for how
reason
much fun
I wanted to change the name to that.
make everything stop.
Oh boy,
Oh, God.
this is gonna be so much fun, everyone.
Yeah, you keep that up for 4 hours and see if he's.
I'll try. It'll be a hard.
Oh, I'm too.
Oh, Castrati the mouse over here. Great.
So
Oh God, no social encounters. It's all changed to stretching through the body.
Combat.
So this is how democracy dies, with thunderous applause.
Misa going to give emergency powers to Julius Caesar.
Oh God.
I was wondering if this would be too much for Indigo, as the relative
much.
agent of chaos within our normal games.
Oh God, this is too much.
Yep.
This is
You
your
have now
turn.
reaped what you have sown.
I don't do dumb voices. I just make dumb decisions.
I just make dumb decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, my character has comically high voice, mean, grumpy, and victim. So they have a terrible life, and no one takes them seriously. I've chosen a relationship with my last role play. I have an abusive father, and
Good.
choose I was named after my father, so we're just gonna get all sorts of weird symbolic metaphors here. Choose a relationship with one of your viewers. That character has an extra die in social skills against me. But yeah, that is Mick. They are not. I call them the mouse just for the reference. But yeah,
Make them slightly smaller than normal.
they are younger.
Yeah, they're 13 as opposed to the rest of you 60. No one could tell under the layers of scar tissue that apparently make them out.
I don't have scarred, but yes, I have some scars. My skin is not.
Yeah, you're not
scars.
capital S scarred.
Yes, that's just true. But when you take the Gauntlet life path, it is only 1 year, which is why I'm 13 at 3 life paths. But it's not fun.
It's a hard year.
It's a very hard year.
It's basically freshman year at one of the worst fraternities you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
like if you
couldn't have
combine
taken-
like
You could have taken another life path then if it's only 3 years.
Yeah, but I didn't think about it, or also
Okay.
we were really talking about 2 to 3 life paths, and I didn't want to go with 4. Like, my character went to a hard life. Also, I have more skills than any of you. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is them.
Sick. I don't know. Yeah, horrendous, weird voices all around, horrifying rat mouth carrying, and
See, that's the one thing I was gonna do. I was gonna go out and buy marshmallow, and when the rats were in the cheeks, I was gonna stuff marshmallows in my mouth. But I figured talking through that would get slimy and gross.
Okay.
So
That also would have been amazing. But
so the only one from society is Julius. Sorry, Jaulius. Jaulius is the only
You
one.
can call him
from-
Jules. It's his. People call him Jules. It's fine.
Jules is from society.
Yep.
So the rest of you are not from society. So you're from. Do you share like a similar?
I believe we've got 2 that are straight below, and the other one
Yeah.
is exile.
Okay,
I'm from below.
you're from below.
Started below, but the last path was exile.
below.
Okay, so were you from the same? I think we're gonna start this at the below. You start below, then makes the most sense, right?
I
If
think
3 of the 4 are from below, so we're in a below rodent cage town to start, which just means below, just means under the big city. In this
Okay.
instance,
Yep.
you have city on top of you. If you're above, that could or a field rodent, that could either be A, you literally live like above in the city, or B, you live places where the city has fallen through and there's big open, like sunlit patches. That's also considered a field rodent in this setting. So we're gonna start like it's a below rodent town. I don't know. There's some. So does anyone like actually? Has any of you met before? Is that a thing, or is it? Or are we thinking more one child from each village is sent this year kind of deal, and you meet at the like town square?
Yeah, everybody like takes a chit out of the cauldron, and whatever matches up, we all have to deal with each other for.
Ooh, okay. No, I like that. That's good. You're assigned
Like the
by
Hunger
lottery.
Games.
Yeah.
I think the only person that Char Char would have met before would have been Leela, because I think he's the only one that stays around through her rant. Not because he listens, but because he gets so distracted, he forgets what he was doing. Like, she starts talking, and then he goes, like, in the middle of her conversation, just gets distracted.
Starts chasing a cockroach. Like,
Yeah.
I can use you for poultices or something.
Sounds good. I think with Leela, like she was out one day and her home packed up and left because the humans are here, we need to get gone, and she was not with them. So she's been kind of looking for where they're at. I'm not sure if she's with whatever home city that you are at, but that'll also make sense. She is in exile with you guys still.
Yeah. Well, you're still invited to participate in this coming of age thing. You still feel like you got to do it for some reason. You can, self-justify
It
that.
sounds like fun.
Yeah, sounds like fun. But yeah, no. So the first shot is just a bunch of young rodent like in a town square. They're all like, there's a guy in robes, like a rat in robes, walking around the big bucket, and he's got little tiny rats behind him that hold up the back of his like younger rodent that hold up his skirt, and the skirt tail so it doesn't drag from the robes, and he's passing these you reach in the bag and you draw out a colored stone, and there's like 12 different colors or so. So there's close to 50 rodent, like young your age, they're gonna go on this same exact adventure that y'all are about to start. And you all draw the same, let's say, off red stone. No, it's silver.
It.
It's a big
'Cause I
silver
think it's like a
stone. That's what it
berry.
is. That fits topically. Yeah, and you're going to be assigned a direction. I didn't really draw a map, so I'm not going to say you go east or whatever, but you're assigned a route out of town. Yeah, and you're supposed to go for at least a week. The first part is like previously mapped, like you were kind of briefed but Peanut style briefed because I didn't draw a map, so you're not gonna get directions from me. But it was explained to you the route you should start on, and this is your first couple days. By a couple days, you should see this land point, and the day after that, this one. So you have a general starting trajectory.
Now, here's an important question: who got the map?
There's no printing.
Who can read?
I cannot read. Well, reading a map is not the same as reading.
Completely the wrong way.
We can't read letters. We might be able to read maps because that's just a vague.
Well, I mean, they told us.
Yeah,
they just told us the directions and landmarks.
The rats, the rodent, do not have the majesty of a printing press. They do not have
the written word.
They have the written word because they have their Bible.
But only, that's something that's reserved for the higher echelon of their religious class, right?
Something like that.
Okay.
But they don't have printing or something, and there's 50 young rodent here that are about to go on an adventure that could they could possibly die on. They're not going to give you 50 copies of the map.
Yeah.
They have.
That's fair.
Everyone, you get someone that comes and briefs you on these are the landmarks you see, head towards this. I'm sure rodent have some way of navigating east and west, north, south, east, west, or something alike that.
So, yeah.
Moss only grows on the east side of the tunnel.
Yeah, shit like that. They have some folksy, if you have the survival skill, I think that's included. Knowing which way is north is included in the survival skill, I think. If not the orienteering skill.
Yeah.
And the rodent have their own way of going cardinal directions. So you're armed with that if you have the appropriate skills, and you're given landmarks for the first couple of days. So you make sure you're going in the right direction. You don't just circle the town.
And survival is building shelters, finding water, staying appropriately warm/cool in adverse conditions.
Okay, so it's going to be the orienteering skill.
Yeah.
Don't have that.
Well,
I have the lucky trait.
And you're leading, so we'll see where that gets us.
My instinct is always lead the way.
Oh no.
My instinct is never follow Char Char.
Yeah. Do y'all have supplies for this? Were you prepared? Or are you all ill prepared?
I have purchased traveling gear.
Misa have traveling gear.
Traveling gear.
Traveling gear.
All right. Does traveling gear include rations?
You know what? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Misa also have oat cakes.
Oat cakes.
I can find them. That's what survival's for.
I've got scavenging.
Yep. Are there rules about eating?
Not really. I mean, if you need to be able to eat, it's usually a resource test.
And
or
it's an up to test in survival to find
or whatever.
food, so.
There you go. Yep. So
Roll it once a day.
basically every day you're gonna need to make that survival test if we don't have rations otherwise. Because you have to eat every day and you're not gonna have access to anything you didn't bring with you because you're going into the great dark unknown.
All right. That's a way to make it go up.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you can find things to use as rations. You could scavenge up rations. It doesn't just have to be hunting, but...
Mm-hmm. What? How many charges of honeyed oat cakes do I have?
1.
Oh, just the one.
The one honeyed oat cake?
I thought it
A
was
resource
plural.
point for a oat cake.
Wasn't it 5 for an oat cake?
It's 5 for oat cakes.
Is it?
Okay.
I got 15 for
honeyed
being a
oat
sawbones, so I had to spend resources.
Even rodent doctors are paid.
I had
They don't spoil and make good meals while on the road. They add +1d to any 4 health test made within 1 day of consumption. It does not say how many there are.
We could do the D6 thing. Like you always have one, and then after that,
Yeah.
you roll a D6 to see if you have more after.
That
That
makes
would
the
be the
most
best
sense.
bet, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one person brought rations. Yeah. So you get one use out of it, and then every use after that, we roll a d6, and on a 1, they're gone.
Hmm.
That's how it works for like traveling gear, right? It's a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got food. We have navigation. Did we figure out a solution for navigation? Does someone have a navigating ability
Nope.
of any kind other than
We're going off of pure luck, baby.
I have nothing.
Let's do it.
I mean, I can talk to my rats and have them scout ahead, but that's not really navigating. That's scouting.
that would be
Getting
helping
lost
on
is my way of
orienteering.
life.
Yeah.
I am fine to get lost with a group of people who can't leave me.
So yeah, is there any other like gear preparation stuff that anyone's concerned about? You don't know what's out there, but it's not unlikely that you'll find people that want to hurt you. Animals
Dragon
that live
cats.
underground. It's ancient stonework, so it's falling apart in some places. There's new tunnels versus old tunnels. There's parts where water is leaking in and or out of places.
I think traveling gear and personal effects might have some interesting things in them eventually, like shovels. But
Yeah, traveling
Yeah.
gear covers most of it. Rodin can see in the dark, right?
they can see in
below
dim
Rodin
light, but
can,
not
yeah. We have
darkness.
tunnel
Yeah.
vision.
Okay, so for the not below Rodin, who cannot see in the dark,
I think we're all born below.
Yeah, we were
you're all born below. Okay, do you
Yeah.
have light sources otherwise? Does that include in
I think that's in
That's
traveling gear.
traveling gear.
that counts in traveling gear? And just to double check, is this? It's like, what kind of dark vision is it? Is it? Can you see in low light? Can you see in no light? Do
Here,
you only see in shades of gray? Can you read if the lights are out?
it says reduce
It
penalties for dim
reduces
light by
penalties for
one
dim-
step.
So we don't. Yeah. What are the? How does light penalties work?
Okay. So it doesn't make you immune to the cost of darkness. You still
It just
need
makes it
some
easier.
sort of light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see in total blackness.
I'll figure out the light rules while we're
Yeah, we'll figure out the light rules, but we have light, so that's less of a concern.
So I guess if the adventure is going off to find the humans, for beliefs, should we all make a belief about what we think about said adventure?
Yes, you
Oh,
should
yeah.
all have one belief about the adventure, and then you should have one belief about your new companion, either one specifically or the group as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I've got my 3 beliefs. My first one is this journey is the perfect opportunity to search for the fields of paradise. I will keep an eye out for any signs. Second one is very simple. I am useful, and I will prove it. And my third belief is Mick reminds me of all those mother squeakers that tormented me. I don't trust them.
So I'm considering a belief that's just humans are merely a myth. Is that feasible?
You could be you're a child. No.
Okay.
Okay, so the society below, they have this thing where they want to like take over humans. They want them out of the way so
Okay.
that the rodent can supplant them.
hmm
So they're a known quantity.
That's part of why you're keeping tabs on where they are.
Okay.
That's part of why they do the thing where they go to see how far humans have spread. It's like a census.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now, are we restricting circles in any way during this game? Like,
No one's really gonna
Or-
have to. There's gonna be the penalties for no one else is supposed to be out here.
Yeah,
kind of
I
things.
imagine if we encountered other people, it would be likely other groups of teenagers who have been sent out, and that could be
Other
our
groups of teenagers,
justification for the circles.
exiles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exiles are a thing.
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
I'm not circling up a visionary. You know, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, they're gonna get massive penalty, maybe, but it's gonna be massive penalties for like. This is not where they're supposed to be. They wouldn't normally be out here. They have no cause to be out here.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like.
Oh, and I don't know if you saw, I dropped the GM reference in chat there for you. It's a good, quick, easy reference for OBS and all that shit.
So these beliefs are so fucking dumb.
You are a pinky.
So one about the journey, one about our new friends, and then the third one's just about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What? I just have. I need the third about whatever.
Maybe something about how you're gonna find a new kind. I don't know. What is?
Well, my
Jar Jar Binks is a weird set of skills. He can put band-aids on people.
Yeah, so my first one is Misa thinks that the humans aren't so bad. Misa, maybe Wisa can be friends. I will make friends with the human. And number 2 is Misa like Mick. Misa thinks he can protect me. Misa will keep Mick protected too. And then I don't know. Maybe everyone. Hold on. Everyone thinks Misa a big dumb.
You have a belief about how dumb you are.
I'm gonna say everyone thinks Misa a big dum dum, but Misa not big dum dum. Misa will prove I'm not big dum dum.
Is one of your instincts gonna be Misa no wantin' crunching?
Okay.
These are all so bad.
I think I have mine.
God.
All humans are powerful and cruel. It's the only way they could rule the surface. I need to prove to myself that I'm strong enough to kill Mickey when I get home. So I want to get stronger and kill my dad. Yeah, I'm Mick. I was named after my father, who's Mickey. Patricide.
Oh boy, son, rip and tear.
Exactly. And then if you're not at the top, you might as well be at the bottom, is my third belief.
Phrasing on belief 3.
Okay, I need something like, it's a pecking order belief.
If you're not a power top, you're on the
context
power
for the
bottom.
belief, but let's phrase it better.
If you're not in charge, you know what? I'm gonna keep it that way because then there's multiple. Like, I can do Anakin. I have the high ground. I can do that too. It's intentional.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Guiding light
exactly
belief.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking. So it's multi-interpretive. Yeah.
Okay.
My instincts are: when surprised, flinch and hesitate. Never let anyone see my weakness, and always work alone.
All right.
I see a big problem with the third belief.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It's
You
gonna
have
be-
friends now.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Got
do this
to,
all on my own.
The third to the group. So belief 1 is the world is a wonderful place with so many interesting things to explore and people to meet, but I have to find where my home quality went. Belief 2 is I'm glad to be going on adventure with my new friends. I want it to last for a long time.
Oh no.
And
Good.
third one,
Yes.
Jalius hasn't had any people beliefs yet, so I want to make one about him, but I don't have a good enough grasp on his personality to know what it should be. Any ideas?
Jalius knows how to talk
Jalius
to
is interesting.
rats.
You could write a belief about getting to know Jalius better.
Like, he has so many little rat friends. I hope he could teach me how to make so many little rat friends too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds
because
about right.
You
Yeah.
did just meet each other today, is what we. Like, you might have seen Char Dinks.
You know, Char Char's the one that stays around the longest when you go up to talk to him. But
Like, you might have
normally-
seen him around town before now, but, like, you just met everyone today. So it could be a belief about getting to know all your new friends.
I'm gonna stick specifically to Jalius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Mm.
also want rats in your mouth.
I mean,
Okay.
Jollius would seem like shy and reserved, stuff like that. Maybe you want to get him to open up something like that, because you seem pretty outgoing, sort of the polar opposite.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna keep it really simple because it's very short. Jalius has a bunch of awesome rat friends. I want to learn all of their names.
All right, good. I like it. I like it.
I need one more instant because I have always lead the way. When certain death is assured, beg and grovel for my life, and I need a third one. I don't know. Should it be something about my poisons?
Never leave home without oatcakes.
Whenever that's an option. Whenever there's a dull moment, fix it.
If someone
Yes!
is hurt, fix them.
No, whenever there's a dull moment, fix the fact that there is a dull moment.
Dull moment. Fix it.
So the instincts that I've got
I am chaos.
are, if there's something I don't understand, get up close and examine it. Always
Good.
assume that everyone is a good person until proven otherwise.
Also good.
Always follow the orders of people I consider smarter than me.
Oh, these are such... You're gonna die. All of these rats will die. Horrible, painful deaths.
Yes.
One shot!
Yes, that's our aim. We thought this would be 2 sessions, 3 sessions. No, we'll get into 1. Rat sandwich,
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah, I'm just TPK.
It's just
rat.
one big trap right at the beginning of the
Yeah.
cave. Just whack.
There's like the GM describes like
most
there's a
honest-
giant, strange, like spring metal contraption, but in the center is this great piece of cheese, and you all smell it, the aroma of the gods. Yeah, it's just as you step forward, the spring springs into motion. And that you see this,
With a sickening crunch.
you
we
see this
fade to
bar
black.
of
Good
metal
night, everybody.
whirling towards you.
I use my lucky
And this
trait
is
to
what
not
happens. We
die.
can't stand the
All
sound of
right.
our
Oh,
voices anymore.
That's the question. Are we starting with any Artha, since it's a short?
Yeah. You get 1 point of Artha. You get 6 points of Artha, but then 6 points of fate. But every time you impose copyright infringement, you lose a point of.
Okay, so 0 points of fate.
Okay. I'm just gonna put a
lose any.
0.
Awesome.
I meant starting fate. Your
6?
starting fate,
I'll
yeah,
go with
6
6.
points of fate
Now,
because you have
Does
done
this
something.
voice compose a copyright infringement, or do I have to do
Yes,
more?
yes, that voice is a copyright infringement.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
It might
I'm
be.
gonna
I
put
doubt
in the
it.
6, and I'm gonna immediately make it 0 because the fact that my character exists is a copyright infringement.
I'm starting at 0 as well.
Yeah, no, you're.
So some of us.
Yeah, Leela has the most Artha, followed by Jowlius Cheeser,
Jealous,
but
Jesus.
with a
Yeah,
smaller amount.
and then the rest of the Artha you can infringe as much copyright as you want. The rest of your Artha is safe. It's just the starting Artha.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right, and I looked at the rules carefully before I said this. I need an orienteering test to get out of the city to start the adventure.
Misa would like to lead the
only
way
feel
and guess
this.
which way to go.
Do it.
You can do it. I'm saying we could start learning orienteering now because it's
Nope,
the only skill for land-based navigation.
Nope.
You should
No
definitely
other
start learning
skill
orienteering
applies.
from nothing.
I lead the way and I guess the whole way there.
You just want to roll dice of fate?
No, I have lucky, so if I just guess.
It's
How
right.
does the lucky trait work?
Yeah, how does that work? Inform
It
us.
says bio info, lucky. There's always the lucky ones, always. They make the rest of us look like schlubs while they skate through life. This trait can be used in a number of ways. First, it can be used as a call-on for any ability. This can be used once per adventure. Second, it can be used to buy off one failed roll to save the character's life once. Failed armor test, flood speed test, etc. Test is passed, the trait is lost. Lastly, if the player makes a random in-game guess via roleplay, the guess is always right, so long as the player isn't aware the guess is right. So, I'm going to make...
But this means this is you knowing that it's right.
No, what I'm
If you're
doing is
using
I
lucky
always
to-
lead the way, so I'm gonna go. We should go this way.
If you're using it, but my point is, if you
Okay.
can't use lucky to navigate. If I present you with a fork in the road option.
Oh,
Take
Yes,
got
one.
it.
and
That's where
that's
it works.
right. But we don't
Yeah,
have
but you can't
context
It does
yet.
have to be role played.
Yeah, you can't navigate through Lucky
Got it.
because that means you know it's gonna succeed, negating the ability of the thing.
That's fair. Okay, what's orienteering based in? Because then I'll just use my
Perception.
Perception.
I have an okay perception. So
I kind of have an awesome
So-
one, but I don't exactly want us to get anywhere.
Do we want to just all help?
So-
Like, do we want to
Yeah.
just all help each other with whoever's the highest perception?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I'll link test and have my rats scout ahead. You know, just see
Sure,
Jolly's
I'll-
over there going, and he like puts a rat
Okay.
down and says, "Go on, Imba,
No.
go on."
orienteering
And
perception.
think I will.
Who is the highest
you wanna lead?
perception?
I have a perception of
2?
4.
Oh wow.
All my skills are will and perception.
Okay, mine's 3. I should not be doing this. I think because this is the first thing we're doing, my character will go against his instinct to help with this.
Well, this is the start. This is the
to get out
because
of the
I
city,
don't.
exactly.
I didn't write a list of NPCs, and nor do I care about rat.
Hello,
I
good
didn't
sir.
write. I didn't
Yeah,
write
right.
any of
Let's go to the
that.
nearest inn. Let's go find
No.
some goblins
No.
to kill.
There is a flowchart of adventure that will be stuck to.
All the inns are closed for the holiday.
We're leaving town. This is the starting, getting in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
I might have the highest perception, but I would say that Char should probably leave because Leela is.
Yeah,
not-
obviously Char Char is leading because
Yeah,
Oh,
I got an
Char Char
instinct to
leads
it.
the direction.
Yeah.
Char Char always
So
goes
I'll
first.
All right, Mick will help Char Char in.
Okay.
What skill?
If he's just rolling pure perception, I'm helping with pure perception.
Well, I'm learning orienteering.
Yes,
so...
but it still does count as a perception check.
Oh, okay.
So I'm helping with just plain perception as well.
And ditto. Also, what is the number that has to be above for it to count as 2
5.
dice? In which case, take 2 helping dice from me.
Nice.
Oh wait, with stats it might be stats might be 7.
7 is for forking. It's 2,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah.
5 is helping is 2.
5 is
So-
helping.
Are you doing a link test then for your rats?
It would have to be because I don't think I can help with persuading my rats to go help us. So I think it has to be a link.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you can link test start with rat
Okay.
scouting.
So
Do you have a
it's-
skill in mind for rat scouting? Because I don't.
I mean, it's talking to the rats and getting them to come back and telling
Mhm.
me what's up there. So it's
okay,
I
fair.
figure it's persuasion. Be
Yeah.
forking Radicate, Ratwise.
Yeah.
So that's an extra 2. What is the ob here? What is the will of a rat?
3.
3. Okay. Oh,
Cool, because it's not just the will of the rat; it's also
I have our first.
Yeah.
Oh
it also
no!
folds in
Having
the
an
rat
I have.
doing it.
I need to change the picture here.
Oh.
nope.
Hold on. I
Nope.
need to-
Get
No
that
6s.
So yeah, it's gonna be minus 2 die on the orienteering.
So plus
Okay.
1 total. Right?
Yeah.
Because I get 2 from
There we go.
Isn't it just
Leela.
-1 on a link test, or is it margin of failure?
I thought it was margin.
It is. I'm not sure. We didn't do that many link tests last time. It wasn't.
No, we really did not.
Yeah. Well, I can.
Open forks.
Half this game is reading the
There we go.
rules just the
Um,
whole
yep.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it.
Link tests 27.
It's it's +1. It's not margin. It's according to
Yeah.
the page. It's just +1 or -1 if you get
Oh,
succeed or fail.
So
Yeah.
Misa gets plus 2.
is it -1 die or +1 ob?
It is +1 ob and +1 die on failure and success respectively.
Okay, so yeah,
So
you get the full
I
amount of
added-
things.
Still 3
It's-
dice, but you're opposite.
Yeah, it's still 3 dice, but the ob is now
Okay.
4.
got it.
Which is
Base
not as
obstacle
bad.
4.
For being learned.
For being learned.
Yep.
You got a 6. Oh,
You
you
got
don't
a
have
six.
We
a
don't start with fate. We copy.
Nope.
We have 2.
Because we copyright infringement.
Yes, we are. It's great.
And then just for making the test, I tick it, right?
Yeah,
versus
It's a routine. Yeah, it's a routine perception test, which doesn't do anything, but it
Yeah.
checks for making a learning test. So you fail the orienteering test. You don't know where you're going, but you walk anyway.
We're gonna go
he
this
thinks
way.
we know where we're going.
Yeah, you follow the little rat. I don't know, you're walking through ostensibly like sewers and carved tunnels and like weird caverns that go below the city that like were some, I don't know. It's all kind of,
I think we're lost.
you're lost. It opens up between caverns aren't really like a thing in the sewer. Caverns are when a bunch of tunnels intersect, and then there's a big like cavern there. So caverns are usually wet and gross. Usually, if something exists in the tunnels, it's carved in. It's like dug away to make a
Yeah.
clearing. Things
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
And you do come across one of those clearings. There's actually two, and one is on one side of the road, and one is on the other side of the road.
Are you saying there's a fork in the road?
No, it's one
Damn it.
tunnel, and there's one dugout on the left, and there's one dugout on the right. And in front of each dugout is a little wooden box, and on the wooden box is a rodent, and on the rodent's lap is a crossbow. And and this is where we are now.
And is that rodent alive?
Is the rodent? Yeah,
alive and
what's he
holding the
doing?
crossbow?
Yeah, the rodents are alive and holding crossbows, sitting on the little wooden box on either side of the road.
Lilo goes up to one and says, "Hi, what are you doing?"
Well, my point was you see this
In the distance?
upcoming.
Okay. If you start
Down the
walking
road.
towards them, Mick just
They
like
have-
grabs you from behind and like drags you back and says in the whisperous voice, "What are you doing? They're probably bandits or something. Can't get close. We have to find another
That's
way."
At first glances, they're obviously bandits. They
Yeah.
have and everything short of wearing like a bandit headband.
Yeah.
Like,
And I turned back to Char Char and I said, "I told you we missed. That was not blue moss. We should have found the boulder with the blue moss. That was turquoise."
What do you mean there's a turquoise? What's a turquoise?
Let's
Why
go
did you
back.
used to think they're bandits? They could just be nice people.
They're holding crossbows. What do you think they're doing out here?
I know a lot of people that hold crossbows that are very nice.
You know what? Fine. If you all want to die, then be my guest. And he just turns around and starts
I'm going to-
stomping back the other way.
I'm going to yell out, saying, "Hi, are you bandits?"
I'm going to immediately hide.
Yeah, my stomping away turns into like running.
all right, so people hiding.
waved to a...
Actually, no, I'm going to follow my instinct. When surprised, flinch and hesitate. So I just stop.
So you hesitate. So we got Mickey hesitating. Sorry, Mick
Yes,
hesitating.
don't you dare mix me up with my father.
And Jaulius is hiding.
Yep.
So give me your hide roll. We'll refer back to this later.
I assume this is stealthy, which I don't have, which is going
No,
to be great.
okay.
So add that to
I
being
think we
learned.
get an hour in and we all die. I think this is how this goes down.
Yes.
That's possible.
What's stealthy based on? Is that agility or
Speed. It's speed.
speed? Okay. All right. No modifiers. Everyone has abandoned. Everyone else. No one's helping. No Arthur to spend. What's the ob here?
Well, it's a versus test, right?
Mm-hmm. Gotta be verse there.
I would
perception.
argue for
or
an
observation.
advantage die because the two dumb rats are waving at the other guys, so I think they're pretty distracting.
Yeah, I would say that so as well.
You can help with what's it called?
Conspicuous?
Yeah, if you make a conspicuous test to
I've
get
got
them to notice you.
inconspicuous.
you can get the bonus die.
I assume I can't use soothing platitudes.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll open
Later.
up conspicuous.
Later.
What's conspicuous rooted in?
Will.
Yeah.
Hey, Will. All right, conspicuous.
Can I help with opening it, I guess? We're trying to help the hope.
You can help with a stat. So yeah.
Okay.
The ob for stealthy is that.
It's 4. Okay.
I roll
Okay.
4.
Oh, and
Yeah.
they rolled
Well-
perception, so
They don't have
the double
observation.
obstacle penalty, I think, cancels.
They don't
no.
have observation, and you don't have stealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it cancels.
So I think it cancels.
They rolled
I think.
real good.
So,
They did.
But if Mick
But-
has left,
So
then I will
Did
help
you roll your
by
stealthy
running
though?
towards them.
I have not helped. I'm not left. I'm hesitating. I'm
Yes,
following
but
your
if you are no
instinct.
longer holding on to
Oh,
me, I
that's
will
correct.
help by running towards them as I
Yeah.
run.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's going to be an
That'll
ob
feel
2
conspicuous.
stealthy test.
Okay, so 2 stealthy.
and then could I help with conspicuous?
We're just gonna sacrifice our
Yeah, if
characters
you
one
make
by
a
one to get
conspicuous,
past
yeah,
each
if you
obstacle.
make
Yeah,
a
if you
conspicuous,
link test. Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
link
sure.
test. We're gonna treat it like a link test, but yeah, you can help that
It's a
way.
link test for me, but a conspicuous test for you.
Yeah,
Cool. Because I'm
Because
just
the-
waving and go like, "Oh hi!" It's
yeah,
like
because if you
correct.
don't, otherwise you cannot make a test, but that does not help Jowlius disappear.
Yeah. Okay. I'm making the test to help.
Yeah.
Not. Well, actually, I'm not intentionally trying to help you hide though.
But it helps. You get an
Okay.
advantage. He gets an advantage die if you make the test. It's not
And I
Okay.
guess the
technically a
question
link test.
is, can both of us do the same thing as we're both
Yes.
trying?
You can either both do it separately or work together to.
I think both
It's-
separately we have a better chance.
Yeah.
So you're both shouting over each other, trying to get
Yeah.
Rodin to know.
What's the ob?
For
Be there, Will.
conspicuous, so yeah, 4. That's the average.
All
roll,
right, here we go. I'm failing it.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yep.
are we failing conspicuous?
No, I think conspicuous isn't will.
Conspicuous is Will, I believe.
No, it's the room.
Inconspicuous as well, so
Yeah.
I thought they
conspicuous
both
would be-
were.
No, conspicuous is the size of like the situation.
Oh, the ob of conspicuous, not the root. Oh, I see.
Yeah, the ob is
Yes, the ob is flat, not based on Will.
Oh,
Okay,
it's an
in which
ob
case,
1
what is the
conspicuous test. It's an
Is
ob
that
1
doubled?
yeah, to get them to notice you in an empty tunnel is an ob
So-
1 conspicuous test.
I technically passed because I rolled 2 successes. It would be versus 2.
2 successes.
I apparently am not conspicuous despite running
No.
towards the yelling.
Well, it's not that you are not conspicuous. It's that Dinks is more conspicuous.
Oh hi!
Yeah.
All right, so I will toss in a modifier here.
Yeah, you
and
get a
find out.
modifier. You get the advantage die.
4 for the ob.
Let me mark
No
that as
additional
a success.
complications. Oh wait, 2 is the op, not 4, because it'll double for me.
Yeah, 2. It'll
Yeah.
double. Yeah. Yeah, it's 2 because their successes have,
Mhm.
And then it'll double up to 4
No.
because of the learning.
and they see everyone.
It seems like
they are
just
aware.
doing nothing was better for me.
Yeah, they are aware of all of you, and you. Yeah, you hear an adult, gravelly rodent voice come down the hall, like, "Stop right there!" Like it's just like we will come to you. Like,
Okay,
put your hands
I stop and
Okay.
wave.
hands up.
I start doing
But
this.
they look like they're just waving to you guys,
Yeah.
especially the Pinky, because they have one hand on their crossbow, and
Yeah.
then like they gesture to put their hands up.
I start
but
doing
they
this.
have one hand on their crossbow, so they only raise one hand.
Oh,
Yeah. Jowlius raises both of his hands, and you see like little things start swirling down his sleeves toward his torso.
Okay. Mick,
Leela
slow.
has not. Oh, keep going.
Yeah, Mick like slowly raises his hands. I think like this. He hasn't actually quite decided if he's gonna attack or not, but if at least he's gonna have hands up and wait till they get closer.
Yeah, so the two start to approach, and one puts his crossbow like at his side and walks up to you, and the other one stands at crossbow distance away. And I don't know, he starts asking the normal questions like, "Oh, you must be on the rodent like adult thing." We haven't really decided a name of
Rat
it.
Springer.
What about it?
Yeah. He's talking about like, yeah, you're all around. You must be on your rat springer. And as he says that, he's like visually giving you a pat down, trying to see
If we have
where
any stuff on us.
if you have any stuff he could steal.
Yes, we are. We're going on
Mm,
forwards, and
yeah.
we were
Are
going to
those
go and try and find the humans. And
oatcakes?
Yeah, basically, I'm gonna make the smell test for oatcakes. You're right. That is the most stealable thing on your person.
They start going after my oat cakes? Um.
I don't know what he's rolling against to smell oatcakes.
I would like to just like sweet talk him so much, be like, "Wow, you so good at the guarding this tunnel. Like, wow, we should be very happy to have you help us out on our rat spring break."
Um, I think. What's your intent for that? Actually, I might help.
I'm trying to get him to be more like friendly toward us and
Yeah.
like possibly not
He's-
take my oatcakes because
Okay.
he likes us
Yeah,
so
so
much.
far all he's done, he's visually trying to figure out what y'all have to steal. Like that's pretty obvious from this interaction. He's like, "All right, what do you got? Let's." He's like,
Like-
walking around to you as he's talking to you, being like
So-
looking at your bags and stuff.
My intent as Jordan is to have him think these are just stupid ass kids. Let me just put them in the right direction so I could get some real loot. But what Char Char's like, he's just like being super nice to this guy, saying like, "Oh man, so good that you're guarding this tunnel. These tunnels are like kind of dangerous. We were told that before we left." Like, there's like the player, what the
Yeah.
player wants, and then what the character's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the obs for soothing platitudes.
I would like to
Oh.
help as I also have soothing platitudes. So, I think the way I help is I share a look. I don't think I say anything, but I give a look with like, yes, this guy's an idiot. Can you believe it? We're stuck with him, kind of thing. Like,
Will.
I laugh. I laugh with the bandit
So
secretly. at
basically,
Char Char.
the intent is to have the bandit take pity on y'all as opposed to rob you.
Yeah, like it's the only thing we have, and it's just some food, and it's no. Yeah, it's either they don't or they don't find it, or they're too distracted. Like whatever, they probably don't have anything.
Leela would like to help as well with that. Just continuing to talk 9 to the mile and increase the idiot quota, as well as she's been in this situation before, and usually people assuming that she doesn't know what she's doing has helped. So
Okay.
All right. Are you
Alright,
helping with a skill? Do you have a
I
skill you're
am
helping with?
sort of, if you'll give it to me on survival. So.
I don't see that.
Yeah, no, I
Isn't
don't.
that
think
the
you're right.
rule? You have to have a skill to help with to help a
A
skill.
skill that makes sense. It doesn't
Yeah, I'm
necessarily
not saying
have
it
to
has
be
to
the
be
same skill. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the same skill, but it has to be a skill that survival is not.
Yeah, in which case I don't think I can help sadly there because I don't think I have anything that makes sense.
Yeah,
Well, I think-
normally I wouldn't be as picky, but y'all have like 4 skills each, so
Yeah.
it makes a difference what skill you're helping with at this point.
If the
Yeah.
bandits ask me, I'll help
Yeah.
them appraise what we have on Earth on us on gear.
Thanks so much, you helpful little bastard. No, I think Jollius will start piping up and being like, sorry, sirs, we just lost our way. It's so nice that you're here, like, protecting and whatever you're doing out here. It's obviously one. But we'll just be on our way, unaccosted. Please don't touch me, sir. You won't like what you find. And if you could just let us go back the way we came. Obviously, we're very, very lost, and We'll never speak of this again.
But I thought we didn't want to go
So
backwards. We wanted to go
that's my
forward.
persuasion. Shut up, moron.
So you're going to help us. So Jalius is helping with persuade to
Yep.
the soothing platitudes. Mick is helping with soothing platitudes.
Yep.
So
And
I'm
I've
getting
got
2 helping
nothing
dice.
useful, sorry.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
2 helping die.
Unless Jaulius has 5.
I don't think I'm
No, I've
begging
only got 3.
here. Actually,
7%.
I was asking for help, pointing us in the right way.
If you wanted to, you could help me, because I can probably fork a few things.
Well, I can fork begging and astrology because astrology.
As astrology, that's right.
Yeah, was I begging him in a sense
You
because I was
can
asking him
beg him for mercy
for
to
help.
not. Yeah, it just
Well, the
briefly.
Yeah,
thing is,
begging
like,
for help.
Jar
Also-
Jar doesn't realize he's in danger. Is
Yeah.
my like?
I'm
he's
not
really
begging for my life. I'm begging for his help because he's such a nice and strong
Because
guy.
you know you're lost. You're not so.
'Cause-
Yeah,
dumb,
you're
you don't
begging
know-
for
yeah.
directions.
Yeah, I'm begging for directions.
You guys have been... Yeah. You said
We
people
were
have been
just
around
on-
here for a long time. Could you tell us where we're going?
Could you tell us where we're going?
Yeah.
Does that count? Can I get begging?
Yeah, you can get begging. That works.
Yeah, begging, astrology, 2 helping die.
Yeah, so the first die is astrology.
I think this one is...
The
will.
last die. I'll make the last die astrology because that's easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
What's
this is
the
against their
odd?
will. For soothing platitude,
It's
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
will. So yeah, we've been doing 4 for
4.
probably 3. 3 works.
Hey.
Yay! Yeah, no, so
Yeah.
he pats you
What's the
down a
last
bit
die?
and he does
We're good.
like do a quick like pat down to see if you have like a jingling bag of like rat gold or something.
We don't have gold. We're poor kids.
And he does reach in your bag and like grab a little like oat cake. What was it, like a honey cake?
Honeyed oat cake, yeah.
Yeah, like a honey oat cake. It doesn't count for the reference because it's 1 meal's worth is like 1.
He just takes a little bit.
He just takes like a single like slice of oat cake or whatever, and like
Mhm.
shoves it in his mouth, but like in the pocket for later.
Okay. How many of them are there?
You see 2.
Okay. I would like to use my pecking order wise to see the one that's picking up the one picking up the oat cake and taking the piece of it is the one in charge. That's good.
I don't think you have to roll. He's obviously more senior than the one
Okay.
that's standing back.
I wanna.
He's in charge of the guy behind.
Okay. I wanna hit him with my axe.
I will. Sweet.
When he's looking away, I want to just as soon as he's like, "Oh yeah, this is a piece of oat cake," I'm like, "Ah!"
How are you gonna get your axe out? You said your hands are up.
My
and
hands
the guy
are
with
up.
The crossbow.
The guy with the
watching
crossbow's there.
y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
I think
I-
my intent, my task actually is, I want to rush the guy in a way where the guy that I'm attacking is between the crossbow guy and myself.
all right. Do you have some
That's
sort of
fine.
like tactics or
No.
placement
I
skill
have
you could
I
roll
have
to start?
fight wise, which I intentionally took because I figured it was like brawling for forks, but it's a 1.
Yeah. Mm. So
No.
then it's going to be a speed test versus you and the crossbow guy
Great. Okay.
to see if he shoots you before you raise your murderous axe up and kill the guy that was probably going to let you go at this point.
Yep. Yes. Exactly.
So it's so that's stat versus skill.
So it's going to
Uh,
be stat for stat.
Because
Oh,
it's
Because
stat
it's
speed.
versus stat. Oh,
opposed-
I didn't. I was thinking it was speed versus crossbow.
No, it's going to be speed versus speed. And because his intent is to get between the rodent who's been fleecing for oatcakes and the crossbow guy.
Yep. So this is the first roll is just to
Okay.
get in
Actually,
position
probably
to.
speed versus perception makes sense. Does that make sense? Because if he notices you,
I think he would notice pretty quickly. It's how fast he reacts.
It's
Yeah,
definitely.
you're right. You're right. So it's how
Yeah, it's
fast
an
you react.
overt action. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
speed versus speed.
Okay.
And if you succeed, you get out of his line of fire momentarily.
Yes.
And if he succeeds, he shoots you first.
Is
Or
anyone
he gets-
helping? Or when I
he gets
burst
to
into
roll
action,
first.
does anyone else also do the same?
You burst
Can
into
I
action
do
and
a
I get
perception roll to
surprised.
see if I notice you?
Yeah, I'd say you
Because
have
if I
to.
notice, I
Kat.
will help.
I feel like you would have to make a perception test to notice that you're acting, because the goal is to be.
Yeah, the goal is do nothing, be fine, soothing platitudes, then attack.
In which case, in a straight-up perception roll, what is the base obstacle to notice you doing this? Sarian? Not Sarian. You're not Sarian anymore.
I am not Sarian. Mick.
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 The base obstacle is...
That's gonna be whatever you roll on the speed test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be
So if
whatever
I do
you...
notice you, I will help.
Okay, so I'll roll an extra die if I roll low enough for you to notice. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll first, I think. Or do you want to roll first? You should roll first.
You have to roll first because you're setting my obstacle, which is weird.
No, I meant, sorry, should the NPC roll first?
NPC's rolling first. I'm just gonna roll it.
Fun.
Ooh.
Fun.
You sit in Big Bantha Poodoo.
Yep. They...
Fun!
Oh,
Yes, you notice.
That's a lot
Still
of
gonna roll that
ones.
because it'll give
Okay, so you're still
Yes.
helping.
So I notice, yes, I'll give you a help, but I don't think it's going to help much.
It doesn't. It really
Another
doesn't.
one.
So yeah, no, I will be helping by, oh, you're charging this guy? Okay, I'll run for the guy with the crossbow.
Okay. Oh.
Five
okay.
dice, 4 ones. That is so great.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that might
while you're
change your
getting in
shoot,
position,
though.
Trigger Happy McGee back there just like fires a crossbow bolt to you because you're like reaching for your axe and like running behind someone.
Yeah.
So
That is so not
Like,
good.
die! I probably
Oh
actually
no!
Okay.
That sounded like Mario a little bit.
A tiny bit.
Oh,
But I think
oh,
it
no.
makes sense that it...
It's me, Cha-Cha Dinks.
Okay.
Oh.
Can I try to defend
Really-
myself? Or
really
do
hope they
we...
don't hit you.
Instead of me getting a surprise attack, do we burst into... Is this like a bloody versus or just a test?
I,
How
yeah,
realistic
it's gonna be a crossbow. It's gonna be a crossbow test at you.
And that's just a flat obstacle for him, right? I think crossbow's a
Oh.
flat ob.
Should we maybe roll to see which of the two of us it's actually at, as I shared in his failure?
Yeah, you were running towards him.
Yeah.
I mean, as someone who's very biased and doesn't want to get with the crossbow, a
Not
d6
that I want to either, but I think that's fair.
could be die of fate.
Yeah, we'll diafate it.
I call for 1 to 3.
You're 1 to 3. You're 4 to 6. To 1, you get shot.
All
with
the
crossbow.
ones.
Yeesh.
What is the crossbow supposed to? What's the normal crossbow obstacle?
There
Oh.
usually isn't one. It's range and cover and bloody versus and stuff. Like just like there's no sword obstacle because you're usually engaged with something.
I see. So I
Um,
misunderstood then. Should I roll to defend myself then? Like I have shield training as well. Like I would raise my shield to try and block it.
So what you could do is assemble a range op.
Yeah,
based
so we're gonna
on-
do. Yeah,
So I would
we're-
I would assemble an ob for him.
Yeah, so we're gonna do bloody versus.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's
that's
based
easier.
on-
Yeah, we're gonna do bloody
Okay.
versus. Your defense pile is gonna go towards the crossbow, and your attack pile is the guy that's.
Yeah, the crossbow guy won't die from this fight.
Yeah, your attack pile is gonna go to the guy you're surprise attacking.
Okay.
So he's
Sounds
gonna
good
roll
to
to defend his. He's putting all of his in defend because he's being surprised.
Yes,
So
that's fair. But
You get shot
Leela is
in-
going for the crossbow guy, or unless that's a separate thing.
I'm not sure I'll get there in time, but if I
yeah,
do,
he's
I'm going
he's
for
shooting
crossbow
you.
guy.
I rolled the die of fate.
Okay,
He's
yeah,
shooting.
that's
He's
fair.
shooting Mick.
Then I will. Let's see.
I think I'm
So is
helping.
the sharing and failure maybe the lead bandit goes after, like that's the fight is triggered?
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole.
I'm assuming
can-
after Buddy versus mine. will be
Because
better.
I'm surprise attacking the guy, could I fork in intimidation, to scare him?
The surprise failed, didn't it? He's not
I
surprised.
don't know. The failure was
The crossbow.
Getting
between
into a
the
safe
crossbow
spot.
Oh, okay.
So I think I could
Okay.
fork it if I
Okay,
only
gotcha.
use it in my attack, not in my defense.
Yeah. This guy, the surprise is more like, oh shit, I thought we were done with this whole encounter. Why is there an axe? Not so much like stealthy surprise.
Okay, I have my.
You have your pools assembled?
I'm thinking. Oh, I am. Oh, no, that won't matter for this. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm double checking if those are right. Yes, I have my pools.
Cool.
3 defense,
So-
6 attack.
This is the crossbow.
What?
I have an axe of 4, fight-wise, brawling, intimidation, 2 for shield training.
Yeah.
Because of it, 2.
That's
for
the
shield.
crossbow. So this is the attack on you
Yep,
is
I'm
3.
rolling 3d6 to defend. Wow. Shame I don't have fate because I have copyright infringement.
Well, this is to defend from the bolt, so you don't get hit with the crossbow bolt. It sticks on your shield.
But I
Oh,
have
because
less
it's 3 versus
successes.
1.
Yeah, he failed.
Oh, is it fail? Yeah, 3
I-
versus
Yeah,
1.
He only got 2.
I got 2
Oh, you're right.
successes,
He only got-
and it got he got 3 successes, so I do barely get hit. I'll say I
This
fate,
is
barely
not
get it.
good.
but
This
oh well.
is not good at all.
But
Roll a
with
d6.
what's a random?
Roll a
Yeah.
d6. Okay, going higher or lower? I wanted lower, didn't I? I got a 6.
You
Yeah, you
wanted
did.
lower. Yeah. you wanted lower.
You got fucked up.
I think you're dead.
Crossbow. That is a B11 wound, I'm afraid.
Oh god!
Seriously?
Oh god!
I am dead.
And Mick
Oh
is
god, you
out.
just died!
Yeah, crossbows are fucking brutal.
Crossbows
in this
are
game.
horrifying.
Oh god,
But
I didn't
also-
think it was that bad!
Quick, give me an emergency persona. Someone, give me an emergency persona. 66.
Oh,
I'm rolling to
God.
attack still. I'm rolling to attack.
Yeah, you're still getting...
5 successes on my axe to kill the other guy.
Oh god!
I'm gonna double check. I'm pretty sure that's instantly dead.
I think they happen simultaneously, right?
They do happen simultaneously. So,
Yep.
like, I get shot in the head while,
Hold on.
Well, thanks for disarming his crossbow as I rush him.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
takes
That's
a while
I
to
mean, it takes
reload.
a couple actions to reload.
Let me go to the field dressing. See
you
if I
hit
can
him.
fix this.
I do
You
hit
hit him
him.
with your axe!
All right, I hit him with my axe. I have a light axe because it does slightly less damage, but that's double speed.
God.
So 1 extra success. So it's just an incidental wound, which is a B4.
Yeah, so you fucking like gouge him real good, but you slash your axe against his arm. But then we hear a dull thunk as...
Yeah, there's just some. I'm pretty sure it's like in my chest or something. Is the crossbow bolts? Just
Is
look
that
at
just
it.
a mortal wound?
Headshot right through your eye. There is no way you're living through that.
Well, yeah.
I
It is
have field
just
dressing.
a mortal wound, but yeah, we can fix it right now, or you die.
Unless- Let's end the session now, and I'll get Artha.
How do I fix him? I'm looking at.
No, that's
How
the
you
thing with a
fix-
mortal wound. If you end the session, you're dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
The end of the scene.
I'm seeing if I have any.
So, what are the other 3 of you doing?
Well, I'm still
Running.
rushing the guy who
Just
just
straight
had the
up
cross.
running. I saw as soon as Mick hits the floor, Jules is gone.
Oh wait, we all have to make steel tests, don't we?
For me, at least, he's behind me.
Yes.
I was talking to the guy, and then he got hit with an axe, and then Mick got shot in the face.
Well, so
Yeah.
let's do
Oh,
Leela
makes no
first.
sense.
Let's do Leela first, because Leela will not have to make a steel test. Everyone
Yes.
else has steel tests to make.
Yeah, the dice
you
were
just
not
saw
with
Mick
me. I'm like, it's
Hit
just
someone
2
with an axe
guys.
and
We
then
should
get
be
Shot
okay.
in the heart.
But no, I got. The dice decided to just
got-
kill me.
One shot.
Yeah. Speaking of one shots, the dice said the crossbow hits the worst, and I cannot surprise anyone ever. is what it told me.
Yep. So we'll do Leela first. What are you
So
doing?
yeah, Leela was running towards them. They're like, okay. She's like, okay, someone else is smarter than me has decided to attack, so we're going in for the attack. So as she's running, she's probably pulled out her sword, and she is just going to swing it at the guy with an empty crossbow.
You're just gonna bum rush the guy? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
can't
it's gonna be
think so.
versus your test first. First
And I'm rolling
brawling.
for an advantage die as he has just shot and
No, he's defending with brawling,
Okay. He's
Yes,
not with
but-
crossbow.
like 2 seconds ago he shot the bow. Okay.
Yeah, the thing is he's not going to be using his crossbow skill.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
Meaning you don't get one shot because of this.
this
His
is
damage.
nice. I appreciate that.
His
Because I
damage
have-
goes down significantly.
Nothing to fork. And I've got just... Okay, so it's still putting it into 2 different piles.
Yeah, attack and defense.
3 attack, 1 defense.
3 attack, 1 defense. All right. He is doing all right. So you want to roll? He'll roll his defense first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 success on the attack.
Yes, this is his defense with 1 success.
So we tie on the attack, or on my attack, and
Yeah,
there's
so he
my
blocks your
defense.
attack, and that's the 1 die is your attack or your defense. Your defense. Okay.
The 1 die is my defense, and I'm going to fate that.
You get 0
And I
successes.
Okay, so I defended really well, but
Yeah. So yeah, you hold your sword up. He raises his crossbow and it gets stuck in the haft of the crossbow, and you're struggling in the background as the cowards make steel tests.
I mean, I'm probably gonna. What's the what's the ob for watching someone get sniped?
Oh, probably your hesitation.
Yeah, it's your hesitation.
Ooh, I'm running.
Oh.
Yep, gone.
Oh.
Oh. These are all so bad.
I just go ah and run away.
God.
thanks.
And Jules like shakes off the fright of the steel and sees that Jar Jar is keeping going, and he just keeps up.
So, what happens when the person you wrote your belief about dies halfway through the session?
I didn't think you would get one shot, is the thing.
So I think this is the
Crossbows,
thing about
man.
crossbows. They are. I didn't know this. I probably wouldn't have done this if I knew crossbows were this powerful. I thought
Neither
at
did I,
worst
to
I
be
would
fair.
be wounded.
We
I
only
thought-
had 1 roll in the last game dealing with ranged weapons at all, and the fact that
Yeah,
they're all die of
alright.
fate.
No,
In-
crossbows are brutal.
In
this
my
game.
defense, I didn't even think about how brutal crossbows were. I just
Yeah.
went, what ranged weapon do bandits have? Oh yeah, crossbows. That
Yeah.
makes sense
mean,
in my
in-
brain.
Even if they had a hunting bow, which is the lowest form of ranged weapon, that would still be a B10 wound.
And it's
Like,
pure on random.
Yeah,
Not
no, and
how
I
much success do you get.
yes, and that I think is the part I didn't know. I don't know if I like it. I definitely wouldn't have done that if I knew death was actually on the line. I thought at worst I'd get wounded.
Yeah, me
Well-
too. I also thought you would come out of this wounded at worst.
Yeah.
So
Let's figure it
Okay,
out. Either
well-
way, let's say I'm down for now, and we'll figure it out after.
yeah,
Go
Those
down
who are
for now.
running, I'm stuck struggling, and then because of Let It Ride, the only way out of this is to pull a different skill. So I guess what's the guard
Well, it's
who's
a
the only
different
unengaged
situation.
doing?
It's a bloody versus. You can do another bloody versus test.
But
Yeah.
isn't it supposed to be then with a different skill though?
No,
And
normally
you
do
but
can-
it over and over again.
this is
you
a
can
separate
do
attack.
multiple rounds.
Yeah.
Basically. Like,
Bloody
if
versus
it's
is
a bloody
per attack.
versus to the death, then it becomes multiple rounds until someone falls.
Yep.
Okay, good.
But everyone, you're alone now, and there's 2 of them because I did not kill the other one.
Yeah, but I'm also kind of tangled, and
So
don't
you
know
get-
I'm alone.
Basically, you have one test before the rat who got hit with an axe also gangs up on you. You have one test now to either A, continue the fight, or B, also flee, or C, do something else before there's two of them.
In which case, I guess, can I perception to see that, wait, I'm alone now?
But yes, you get one test. Yes, you can, but you have
Okay.
only one test before this guy arrives. You have time to do one thing.
What would Leela
Yeah,
do?
I am still going to look around and see, hey, what's up? What's going on? I did the thing! I followed your orders! What's happened now?
See,
What do
you
we
look
do now?
around for your friends.
Oh God, you're dead.
Yeah, so actually I think that's going to cause my hesitation.
Yeah, you look around and then you roll steal.
Okay,
Yeah.
should I
Your
roll
dead
the
friend's just like,
perception to see if I actually see him, or a matter of...
He's
No,
dead,
you
and
see
you
him.
see Tails
You
running
see him.
away.
Yeah, fair. Okay. The fail steal, which none of us have.
It's gonna be a failure.
Oh yeah. What's the ob? Just hesitation?
Yeah, just your hesitation.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
oh,
is
good.
6 rounds of running, or 6 heartbeats of running.
Yeah.
And yeah, except can I run the other way?
Ooh, actually, add +1 to all of those obs because of our trait.
It obbed it, or it added. I added it already.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm going to run,
Oh.
but I'm going to book it actually the other direction.
Cool. You roll speed as they try to grab you.
Sure. Can I lobby for agility as I try and dodge out of their way?
Sure. They're rolling speed to grab you.
Sweet.
Their speed is 8.
Gray shaded.
It's like with
No,
bandits in
they
his
are-
law.
They aren't super powerful enemies. Like, I don't know what.
Crossbow is what happened. So,
Mhm.
what is the ob? I need them to roll first.
4.
4. Good.
Because all I roll is rocks.
Oh, I rolled.
The idiot and the weirdo
And
survive.
I got
Oh.
way too many ones.
Yeah. So you get grabbed and like lifted up like 6 inches. Your little feet are going.
Oh, keep trying to run because I've got 6 heartbeats of running. It's only fair.
Yeah, they're holding you up as your little feet keep going. So the other two. What are your running is ceased. You have
I just keep running.
What the hell was that?
you just keep
Why
going.
did he take the axe out? What the hell was that?
we said so much voodoo.
That's just keep going. I'm getting winded.
See, the problem is you're lost.
Yep.
Meaning going back is also under the conspects of you're lost.
We're all
Oh,
going to be dead by the end
beautiful.
of this whole thing.
I
I roll the other
wanted.
way.
I actually planned like all of these encounters and like challenges in this underground network. You hit one. You hit one.
Listen, if Clause and Defect was any indicator, yeah,
Yeah.
of like, we're gonna be mercenaries, gonna work for the Empire, we're gonna deal with rebels. No, we just devolved from there.
Okay, but my events are 3-word like lists. It's a list of like 3-word things. This one is banditos. That's all I wrote. you couldn't surpass.
Why
them.
did you make them Spanish? It means they're cooler, and probably that's why they killed us.
They have conquistador helmets that makes them
They
cool.
are very suave.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Kill you with my crossbow.
so how far do y'all plan on running?
Until we hit the next encounter.
Yeah, basically, it's like just keep going until something stops us, or we find something that looks like safety. That is
We should rename this episode to the
that is
Rat
Jules'
Grinder.
plan.
'Cause that is what's
The
going
rat
on.
grinder. I should have had you make 4 rat characters. You go with the squadron.
Yeah. Turn this to Burning Wheel funnel game. Each character gets 1 belief and 1 instinct, and you have 4 of them.
But it still takes an hour and a half to burn each character.
Of course.
I know what the title of this episode is. Crossbows and death.
Yeah. So y'all are just running till you like.
Crossbones.
Crossbones.
Yeah. But eventually you realize you need to run somewhere. Is the thing, even if you are just running.
I think I think just using Dead Reckoning, trying to get back to where we were, because our friends were just murdered. I think that means that this is a wash.
Healer, I'm okay there.
We would like to request 2 replacements.
I mean, we
so
could
that's gonna
probably
be
look up some
up
stock
to-
characters to just use
I
quickly.
Yeah.
may argue that I am still alive and hope
True.
to get out
You
of this
are still
situation
alive.
still.
Leela is
Nope,
still
as far
alive.
as we know, you're fucking dead. You're
Yep.
We
you're
will
dead.
sort Leela out immediately after this OB2 perception test to find the town by retracing your
Oh,
steps.
no.
Okay.
There's going to be a 1 die penalty, so like a +1 to the OB, so it's going to be OB3 perception test because you started with panic running and not
Yeah.
with intentionally taking the right path back.
That's
Do you
fair.
want just one of us to make that test, or
Yeah,
both?
between
I
the
will-
two
I
of
will
you.
help. I will help because
I have 4 perception.
Yeah,
I have
between the two of you, we need an OB3 perception test.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
you've
+1.
got 1 helping die.
Unless you wanted to use a skill. But
God, you
that's
don't have fate.
I'm not orienteering us back.
I have no relevant skills. I was not
You're
made for this. I was made to sit in a church and talk to rats.
All right,
I-
so op 3. Excellent. Here we go. I clicked the button and nothing happened.
We're just truly lost. Even the dice won't help us. now.
even the
Even
dice.
the
Can't
dice.
find the dice.
Hey!
Ah.
I don't see
Wait,
it
mine's
yet.
not showing up.
I got a 5
mine
versus
was.
3.
Hey, we
Okay,
live.
a 5 versus 3. Let it be known, for it shall not
Did it
be
not
known
show
by
up
the
for you
dice.
guys?
It's still not here.
I don't have
Not
it.
yet.
Yeah,
Hold
no.
on.
Oh,
That
Oh,
showed
that's
up.
going through. Yeah.
There we
There
There
go.
it goes.
Now it showed
Hey.
up.
Just needed a little whack.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
Ah,
just whack.
some percussive maintenance.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah. Cool. So
How
y'all
long
find
have
the
we
town.
gone for?
You find the town.
Like 3 hours we've been gone for. They're all like,
You've
why are
been
you
gone
back?
for like no. You basically had lunch. You left in the morning. You had lunch. You found Bandit Town, and then you ran
You
away.
ran home.
And don't feel bad. There's at least one other group that is also already run.
Yeah, they're merging our 2 groups together. So, like, my character will have been from the other group, and their people would have already
Yeah.
died.
Well, we'll see how many characters from the other group as we cut back to.
so I guess that. Why can't I
Are holding you. Currently, the situation is they are holding you up on the ground. You're breathing. You have stopped hyperventilating and rage running. You are now aware of your surroundings again.
definitely wasn't rage in this case.
Panic.
Oh, fear, panic run. Like
Yeah.
the adrenaline has dropped from the initial shock. Your
So-
blood's still up, but like you're not forced to run anymore.
So Leela's like, "Hi, sorry, I didn't actually know what we were doing there. Do you know why my friend is down on the ground?"
He seems to be leaking.
They just tell you to like, I don't know, they gruffly like mean guy bandit tell you to shut up.
Oh.
Probably some insensitive thing about some aspect of you, and that you need to be quiet.
Is there anything that you want to know? Is there anything I can do? Are you guys bandits? Shut up is not a good, helpful way to get
Yeah,
shut up.
they begin muttering to each other, like they're starting to walk you back to one of the holes in the walls where it seems they have a little camp set up. And they begin talking like, do we have any rags? They're just trying to figure out the best way to secure and gag you.
I've
You
got
want
a
to
bunch
help
of
them?
stuff. Do you want any stuff? I have some.
As you say that, yes, one of them like rips your backpack off and starts retrieving all of the supplies to bind and gag the little chatty rat.
Actually, I'm not sure you're quite doing that right. I've seen a couple of other people do it.
Here, I'll show you ahead of time. Yep, here. This is
Yeah,
how.
it's when you
Every other time this has
Essentially.
happened, they used a double Boland.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you could get to the point where you can look inside the holes, it appears that there's about 6 beds and like chests and stuff and some supplies, and it seems about 4 bandits at a time staff this little roadblock, and they just steal people's stuff. That's the whole scam. They're in a tunnel and they're heavily armed and full of murderous intent, apparently.
How do you guys eat?
I like to imagine the one guy's like, I didn't mean to kill the kid, man. I just wanted to scare him.
Basically, it's like, I didn't think he would go down that fast. Why did they jump on us? But yeah, no, they ask what they eat and they gesture over to a box of food from town. They just go to the grocery store. Remember, y'all got here in less than a day? They just
Yep.
go to the.
They just go to the store.
Huh. Have you ever thought about finding better loot?
As you
I
say
know some
that,
places where you can find
there's
much
a
better loot.
quick gagging sound as you get bent
Oh, yes.
to tie you up for a little bit. You're sat in the corner, and yeah, they return to sitting at their post. They're going to deal with you later, but you have a little time to yourself. Are you planning on getting, basically what I want to say, because we're coming up on a time for a break, is A, are you trying to get out of this and get back to town? B, do you now just live here with the bandits?
If at
She
all
got 4 new
possible,
friends.
yes, I intend to join the bandit crew until someone else comes along, at which point I'll probably rejoin them.
That's great.
That's been about my life.
So yeah,
Okay. So should we go on a break and figure out what
we're
to
gonna go
do
on a break,
then?
and we come back, we will see the new group of adventurers.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I didn't.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
But hey, you'll get 6 feet because you're not copyright infringing anymore.
Okay, we're gonna be right back. Thank you everyone for watching this. Train wreck feels like a weak word right now. I would say,
This crossbow bolt of a session.
yeah, this like shot through the heart.
Yeah.
That's
And
that's.
you're to blame.
I am to blame. Okay, we will be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to
so the
Cease and
following-
Desist. We certainly did cease and desist our adventuring.
The adventure stopped real fast, and we'll go back to now. We're going to next year. This is next year now.
We are, Not many
Everyone-
people, I think, fail. We're not the only ones that failed, but we're
the biggest failures.
The biggest failures. No one else failed on day one.
This is like people who immediately got dropped a grade on their first day of class.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not ready for
oh
this.
no, we made a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
We're not ready.
We have been the laughing stock of the town, basically, for the last year.
Yeah. So, the same day, the next year, the four of you get sent in the same direction.
We probably get
So
told
we're-
very specifically the instructions multiple times. Like, all right, this is where you go. This is what happens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And because of last year, you do get
I get a map.
you get a crudely drawn map that will give you a +1, like an advantage die on the first few orienteering checks. It does run out at some point.
Yeah.
Since
Mick
they had a year
now has how have we changed? We are now a year older, and none of our
that's-
skills have gotten better. It's been an awful year.
Yeah,
Since
it's
we've
been-
had a year,
because
could I
most
have
of the years
trained
are rated
orienteering?
by your family, so.
I think that's the downside. We don't get the training that we would get after a year, do
Yeah.
we?
Then again, those two were,
Yeah, we were
Not-
fine.
Yeah,
stuck.
we were the best stuff.
Fair.
Mhm.
What was I gonna
I'd say
say?
give orienteering.
Mick now has a large gash and scar across his neck where he got shot by the crossbow, and he can't talk anymore.
Layla, after about a day, the bandits decided to go grocery shopping and lost her at the store. They could not take it anymore. She wandered about a bit and then returned because this was a yearly thing and it was important that she did it with her new friend.
I think everyone thought you were dead.
Yeah, everyone thought you were dead.
You just came back the
That's what
next
we
year.
told them. Yeah.
Dropped off at the store, wandered out of town, did some other stuff, came back.
A few days after the adventure, Mick would have been had been successfully ransomed off to his father. That's how he survived. He survived the crossbow bolt, and then he was ransomed off to his father, who was not happy that this was happening, and was like, "Really, son?
Really?
5 minutes out, and you try and attack a bandit, and you get shot and almost killed, and now I have to pay money for you. We don't have much, and for the full year was nothing but having his abusive relationship justified.
Oh, it's the abuse, and you can't even speak back.
I can't speak back, and there's the guilt and the justification for it now. I knew you were always this.
Scream.
I tried to beat it out of you. No, it. If Mick could speak, he wouldn't sound like Mickey anymore.
I think Char Char wants to bro up with Julius now because we're the only two that were smart enough to leave.
It's fair.
He's probably hung out all year.
Yeah. If we're doing practice, you'd get 2 tests for orienteering.
That is
Yeah, you can mark 2
an amount.
Yeah. We're not going to worry about any of the other skill advancements. Actually, everyone gets 1 skill point. You can
One
either
skill
do the
point.
2 tests towards learning orienteering or 1 skill point in a skill you have. That makes sense, right?
I'm not gonna
Just
say
a
no.
just
okay
a
with
shortcut
that.
a year. Does that
Yeah.
run too far?
Yeah.
And we saw what our characters accomplished in a few
Forester,
weeks.
stealthy is the same as orienteering, so I was just gonna take 2 tests, and
Yeah.
that's what I was opening.
Yeah.
Misa gonna get it this year. I still don't have orienteering learned.
I am going to put a skill point into stealthy because maybe we won't have to
if you
follow
already
other
had-
people
I don't
into
believe it.
charging.
If you already had stealthy,
I
I
do.
have
Good.
Mike.
Okay.
Mick has 4
I
social
have stealthy
skills.
and inconspicuous.
I have extortion, intimidation, soothing platitudes, and ugly truth. It's great.
Well, the last 2 you probably couldn't do. The first 2, yeah.
Extortion, intimidation, probably. Soothing platitudes, body language.
you
Ugly
can do
truth,
soothing
not a chance.
platitudes.
But ugly truth, I really doubt it. I'm gonna take
Also, you can't write, can you?
I was about to say, if I could start practicing, like taking my thing and
This might be the
learning
reason
writing.
why you learn to read and write.
Yeah, that I can't speak. So I'm gonna take in being learned. I have 2 tests. So I'm gonna do
Academic.
one into write and one into read.
Cool.
Yeah, academics on a 6-month cycle too. You're good.
And I believe write is read is perception, write is agility perception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So we're all squared away.
Yes.
So once again, I ask, take us out of town.
Misa can do it. Okay, so the map gives a die.
Yeah, you get
Who
one
else?
die from the map.
For the love of God, someone help
This
me.
time I'm helping.
Do you object to my trying the roll this time?
My instinct is always lead the way, so I would.
I mean, you could.
I'll
You
try
could
and argue you out of it.
But we
Well,
already
you
got
can
in
make
trouble
your
for that,
own-
so you don't have to
rolling
follow the
is-
instinct again. You only get the reward once per session. And you already got the reward.
Did I get the reward? Did that get us into
would you
trouble?
have
That
gotten
totally
the reward?
counts.
If you're leading,
At the
get
end of
us
the
in
session,
trouble.
we
we
will-
were entirely lost.
We will
Okay.
you will get it. So it's still up to you, but you won't get
It
to
also hits a belief, though.
Never mind
I-
that.
Everyone
You could-
thinks Misa a big dum dum, but Misa will prove I'm not a big dum dum.
Yeah. So you can make your own orienteering test to tell him how wrong he is.
That sounds good. Yes, let's both do orienteering.
Okay.
just
Who
say fuck it, split the party at this point. We'll just.
who are you helping, Julius?
I'm helping Char Char as
I'm
much
helping
as
There's
you
only
have
one map,
me
though.
as a
There's
player.
only one map.
And I'm
Who was
helping
given the
Leela.
map?
I
You.
think I have the map.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I have taken the map.
Okay. I'm helping Leela
And-
because probably afterwards I heard that she was. I don't. It's her
Okay.
fault.
So you both like the two of you like sit with
Yeah.
the two like you split off at the road and you're like standing and like trying to figure out where to go. There's the two idiots who play with the map and then the other rats are
Yeah.
just looking around.
2 idiots look at the map like a bunch of morons.
We're
Referencing
holding
the
it
I
direction.
can
upside
tell which
down.
direction east is. That's
We don't need
So-
a map.
It's one for the map, and then you're just saying you're helping. You're not gonna link test help, Zen.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not link testing help.
Okay.
I'm
Just help.
helping by
Okay.
perceiving.
Yes.
Cool.
And I am just helping with my
Uh,
perception of 3.
So yeah, what did I say? It was 3.
Let's
I
go
think
back
that is
to
what you
the
said before.
fateful test.
That is what you said before. It was op 3.
I believe
it
it's
was
op
increased
3.
by 1 because of the failed link test.
It was op 4.
But that's because of the failed link test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
was only 3.
so op 3. Here we go. Oh! Did I get any fate?
You can
No,
fade
you
at the end
haven't.
of the session.
At the end of the session, we don't have fate yet.
He doesn't have any. He's-
Because Misa copyright.
Leela,
And so many.
do you
All
want
right.
to spend your
Yeah.
1 fate?
for
Or
what?
one
I
of-
don't think I
on
can
one
roll
six?
many 6s again.
I mean, we did it once, but that was like.
That happened on a fantastical defense against nothing.
All right. So we're
I
both
don't-
wrong, and
I think as you spend most of the day just arguing with each other about the right way to go.
Misa technically more correct.
So yeah, you really what it is you end up burning a day. You just lose. The day is a wash.
All right. Just so it's said, because I didn't say it yet, I did change my second belief to I survived this once and I can do it again. We will make at least a day's progress.
yes, 'cause
This
I
does
I
not
think I
count.
only mentioned my changed beliefs privately. So on stream, I changed beliefs. All humans are powerful and cruel. That's the only way they could rule the surface. That has not changed. My next 2 beliefs have. I need to return successful on this journey, or I better not return at all. That changed from needing to show I'm powerful and kill my father. And then my 3rd belief is none of the others attacked with me. It's their fault I almost died last year. And yeah, that
Mhm.
is what he perceives because he was shot before anything else. Later, he heard Lilo was there, but the other two ran away. So it's mostly them that's aimed against. I might reword it.
Yeah, so you end up losing about a day in this
Yeah,
mess.
That
And
mean I need to roll to try and feed us all?
so yeah, we're gonna need some way to feed you. You have honey cake ration for one.
Let's give the survival roll a shot, and then
the
see
honey
if it
cake's the
fails.
backup. If you can't find anything, we
Yeah.
use the cake.
That's fair.
Okay, and we
I
said it was
will-
up 2.
I will help with scavenging.
I will help
Okay.
with scavenging.
Can Misa
And
help
I
with?
will fork foraging.
Well, wait, I'm
Intention-
checking survival. I'm
Okay.
checking the survival skill.
That's true. I intentionally have a 1 in scavenging because I'm not good at scavenging. I'm good at helping with scavenging.
Survival food is ob 3.
Oh, I thought it was up 2. Okay.
Can
feed
Misa
us.
help with apothecary?
Apothecary
it's-
is not herb
Telling me
gathering. I
no, don't
believe.
eat that. That's poisonous.
No,
it
that's
could.
poisons. Can I help with poisons?
That
I don't
makes
think either of those fall in.
okay.
Can I help with astrology?
Yeah, you can help with astrology. Of course you can help with astrology.
I'm helping with astrology.
Does
You
helping with
read
astrology
astro-
work the same way as forking with astrology?
Well,
Yes.
astrology is any sort of fortune telling.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
It's not specifically with the stars.
Misa is.
That's
Misa
true.
can
I don't
out
think rats
all-
really would look to the stars if they live underground, or they'd be like this
We-
mythical
No.
thing.
Nope, we'd look at like the wear patterns in the from
Yeah.
water on the cave wall.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like reading
That's a
tea
my
leaves.
astrology.
Yeah.
Yep.
Reading. It's like palm reading almost, but it's the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
It's. I do a tail reading before she goes out.
Nice.
All right. So help from everyone. Forking, foraging. Let's roll.
And
it.
then the last
Astrology
one. Let
is
it
the
be.
last die.
Yeah.
Astrology's
Yes.
the last guy. Okay.
I think we got
Yay!
this.
We've got
Yeah.
it. We have food.
And then
What food do you find in the sewers?
Well, I got a decent success, so let's see. Found a couple of mushrooms. Found a couple of. Oh yes, I found a couple of rats.
You gonna
However,
eat
we were
those?
using
Cannibals.
mostly.
If you eat those, we got problems.
Oh, that's exactly why I found them.
And then I mark a routine test for astrology because that's what I help with, right?
It's whatever your exponent is versus the ob 3. So whatever that test is.
Probably challenging because I have 1 in astrology.
Yes, it would be challenging then.
Hey, that means it goes up, right? Because I need 1 challenging, 1 difficult, or 1 routine. Or is it 1 and
If
1?
it's at 1,
It's one
yes.
and with the routine.
Yeah, it's a routine test and then one other.
Dang it.
So my survival rolls are going to help all you guys, which is good. Anyhow, yeah. So a couple mushrooms, some rats. If you guys have any other suggestions, go ahead.
Moss.
Yes, moss is a great thing to eat in the sewers.
Moss, like moss tea makes the most sense. Like a moss tea and then mushrooms can
Bugs.
be
Yeah,
cooked.
Also
bugs.
Bugs.
Yeah, bugs.
Some nice,
Oh.
hand-sized bugs.
Yeah. We eat worms.
Yeah, as you bring it back,
Worm
I think
pasta.
Jollius will like notice the rats, and that's not food. Those are people. You don't eat those.
Rats are friends, not food.
And,
Nick just
you
looks
you
at
hear
you.
him start like with the rats, being like telling them that one plans on eating you. You should run now.
If it was foraging. It was not, hunting or anything. So I'm going to presume that they're still alive, and I'm like holding them or something. Like, huh? Oh, okay. And then I drop the rat and let it scurry off.
I'm
Mick,
going to try to
just
persuade
to
them to join us.
just to spite Jowlius, kind of wants to attack one of them.
And
But he
you're
won't.
supposed to be so happy.
But he won't.
Um,
Oh, no, he is not happy. He sounds happy. He's not happy.
No, we were supposed to be a party who liked each other. We're fighting.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
doing
okay.
so well.
This descending into
Don't
the last game.
don't cross that line.
Yeah, there's
You
no
won't
more,
like that line.
no
I think
more
so with the
Sarian.
beliefs
And
that
he
we've got,
doesn't.
there ain't no way.
He doesn't. He decides not to.
You decides not to? Okay.
Because your Moss team might end up being poisoned because you hurt my friend's feelings.
It's not even that. It's we need to succeed. So fine,
We're
even if
really
it's
not
their
going
fault, it's we
Yeah.
need to succeed on
So
this.
yeah, you get some bugs.
But yeah, Leela lets the rat go, lets it
Yeah,
scurry
so you get some like a mushroom
I
and
think
grub
Julius wanted to try and
stew
convince it to stay
going.
now.
Yeah. You get like a mushroom and grub stew going. You have moss tea. You have a cute little rat lunch.
We can still see the town.
it's not that far. You hear church bells ring. Jelly says like 4 Hail Marys or whatever the rat like.
Hail Cheezers.
Yeah. Mick just like draws a circle in the dirt, like I told you we were going in circles. But no
if you
one.
had right, that would be amazing. But nope.
I am learning.
He's
words,
learning it.
so I can draw circles
You can draw circles.
in the ground with my.
That's
finger.
certination.
Yeah, please.
It's a very
We will-
imperfect circle. It's a very like oval. Okay.
Yeah, is there anything else you wanted to do for venture forth? Get the quick conversation about the rats. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good.
The morning comes
Let's,
and
let's keep going.
yeah, you do with losing the day, you do pick up the trail. Like you don't need to
Okay.
rehash the same ground. You do pick it up. The penalty is you lost a day.
It's fine.
So yeah,
We end
keep
up
going.
coming to an agreement on one or the other.
Yeah, you figured it
Please
out.
let us run into the same
You
path.
went down the other direction this time, the one you didn't pick last time. You go on for the day, and right at you stop for lunch, and you have your quick like leftovers you cooked from the night before for lunch today, and you keep going. And can I get a perception test from the most perceptive,
Oh,
or anyone who would be looking
Yes,
around?
yeah.
I would be
that's-
looking around.
Yeah, if you would be looking around, give me a perception test.
Char Char's in his own world.
What's the
It's gonna be like graduated successes.
4.
2?
So yeah,
I-
Oh, wait, I'll
Jellius,
fate that.
Jellius, and
3,
yep, 3,
4.
4. Yeah, so you both notice the same things. That makes it easy. So Jellius and Leela, you notice that as you're going, this is now the right direction. You cross the landmark. The temperature starts to drop, and the humidity starts to rise a bit. It seems you are going down towards moister. Like you're going downhill, so it's getting colder. Like the tunnel descends, it's getting moister. The insect life is picking up as you go. You start noting this after about lunchtime or so, and then you go on for a couple more hours, and you start to notice webs like around, like bugs, like spiders. They make webs,
Okay.
but the webs
Regular sized webs.
yeah, but they start to get bigger. You
Okay.
notice that they're starting to get bigger webs. They start off just normal tunnel spider webs, but you do know of giant spiders in these tunnels, and the webs get bigger, indicating that's what the perception test is, indicating giant spiders might be ahead.
Misa have a bad feeling about this.
I think we might be going the wrong way. This feels like we're going down.
No,
These
this is
are
the
generally
right
up.
way. This one's the right way.
You're
Because
right
it's
about
just
Do
the
you
way
tell-
the tunnel goes.
Mick doesn't Mick, I think. What are you doing?
You
to get a
don't
0
notice
perception. No, unless someone tells me he doesn't know this. So he.
I'm-
You don't. You see the webs. You see the obvious stuff, but you don't pick up on the fact giant spiders ahead.
Yeah, I think it's he's distracted by something.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
doesn't click for you.
I think he's just spacing out right now.
Yeah.
I'm by Jalius though. Like every time he can be, he's as close to Jalius as he can be. Because if they need to run, they're running together. They're ride or die at this point.
Did you guys become like best friends over the course of the year or something?
Yeah, we hung out.
That's fair. We're
that's
probably the
first
only
time
ones who
anybody
would hang
wanted
out
to
with
hang
each
out
other at
with
that
Jules.
point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Dinks, you just hear Jules saying like, "I agree, Senda. It's terrible down here." He's like
Who-
talking to his little rat.
Oh, do I know their names?
Probably not.
No, we're not that close of friends.
Okay.
I mean, the way Jules has described it to you, if you wanted to know, they would tell you. Or if they wanted you to know,
Are
they
we
would
still
tell you.
walking?
Yeah, well, this is gonna be a problem on your path. So I was taking
Yeah.
a moment to say, what are you gonna do about
I'm more
there
asking
will
Char
be
Char.
giants? Yeah.
Did he stop walking as he's in the lead when he saw this?
If you're sticking
Jalius
close,
if
if
Jalius
you're
stops,
sticking
Char Char stops.
yeah,
Okay.
Jolius is gonna like just fade to the back slowly as like just since you're not paying attention, Mickey's gonna let you go in front of him.
Yeah, and Mickey like is still spaced out, and I think he actually bumps probably into Char Char, and it's like, and he like shoves you slightly, like not he like doesn't. He's just like points forward. Let's go.
Do we still want to prepare for if there's a big spider?
I mean, I think that the
Okay.
webs say that they're going to be big, so it makes sense to me to say that we should maybe go back and go into a different direction, like that last fork. That might be a good way to get around the spiders, and then we could maybe go up instead of going down, which I think also would make a lot more sense.
Mick,
Don't we still need to go this away?
in the background while you
So-
guys are talking, Mick is like, "What? There are spiders here? Huh? Huh?" And he draws back. He doesn't go to attack anything, but he gets ready in case they attack him. This time it looks defensive, not aggressive. So that's what he's up to in the background while you guys are talking.
Well, yeah, we
Now-
need to go this way, but the different forks and okay.
Well,
Circumnavigation is in fact an option. To like bypass this. Yes. Totally plausible.
would that be another orienteering check?
That more than certainly will be an orienteering test for
I'm
overland.
too away from learning it. Let's do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and just do this real fast, just because I'm gonna use your table.
Nice.
Do we still want to
yeah,
find a way
I
around?
will agree to any going back.
Yeah, you can
option.
you could try to stealth through this. You could try to burn the webs down and fight the spiders in single combat.
We should go around. We should go around.
Yeah, you want to try to circumnavigate this?
I want to orienteering it.
Yeah, it's gonna be an orienteering test. It's gotta be up 4.
Mick silently
Excellent.
protests.
The
And
normal
when-
test +1 for going around the normal.
Mick silently protests and makes it seem like he wants to fight the spiders. I don't know if he's portraying this well or if you guys can read him. He doesn't actually want to fight the spiders. He just wants you to think he wants to fight the spiders. And then he goes along with it, and he's trying to be like, fine, I guess you weaklings need an escort. Is like his body language, like. when he
Charles,
goes-
can you give me the map, please?
Just hold it out so everybody can see it.
Who else?
It'll be
is
death by
helping?
committee this time.
I am learning read. I have a 1. I don't have a 1 on read. I have 3 perception.
You have
I
one
should-
pip in it.
I have
Yeah.
3 perception. I should, even with learning. I
If
should
we
not
all
this.
do an orienteering or perception test, though, aren't we going to then have to turn into an argument to see which one of us we follow?
Yeah,
Well, I think this time we're working together rather than splitting up.
Yeah.
If that's
Yeah.
the case, then
I'm
let's all
too
go.
away from orienteering, so that's why I want to make this test. Because then I can actually do it. So help,
Go ahead.
please.
Yeah, I will help.
yeah, you get 3
Oh,
points to
oh,
help. Do we all have a skill for helping with?
Oh, right.
What's the skill?
Oh, it's a stat. You can use
Oh yeah, you can
perception.
help with a stat for
Being
this one. Yeah,
I'm
so
helping
everyone
with
can
my
help with their
being
perception.
learned read perception.
Yeah, unless you have perception.
Don't I
Everyone
get
else
2
up there.
from you, Marissa?
No.
Yep.
Unless-
Yeah, because you have 5 perception.
So there's 1
Yep.
for the map, 1 from each Zen and Spencer, and then 2 from Marissa. So that's 5
You
extra
get 5
dice,
bonus die for this OB4 test.
which is ob 8, but I'm already rolling 4 die.
Oh no.
Ah! Oh. Ah! Oh.
9 dice, 8 off.
Bah!
That's not.
Oh,
Oh, it
oh
still
no! Wait,
succeeded.
I still made it. I
Wait,
forgot to put it.
Wait,
in.
4 Artha.
Oh no!
Marus,
Let
we
me
lost 3
re-roll it.
success. No, we
Just
lost.
re-roll the
You
whole
lost
thing.
3 successes, but you still
Re-
would have done it.
No, just re-roll the whole
No,
thing.
that would have been Ob's 7 successes against 8 Ob.
It would have been 7 versus 8, which is a failure.
Just scrub the whole thing. You can just re-roll the whole thing.
All right, so 5 modifiers. No Artha. Base obstacle 4, which will double to 8. Okay, here we go.
There we
Nope,
go.
still bad.
Got it.
Now, that's what we expected. So,
I get a point in it. And I'm 1 away.
yeah.
We all get points again. Well, no, we don't.
In short order, the tunnels have now start to turn from carved sewer tunnels, which is what the first little bit's all been, that have been like modified and decaying and whatnot through the years, like patched and modified, etc. But now it's just raw. You start going, and after a while, you realize it's just raw earthen tunnels, and it's starting to get muddy, and it's starting to get gross, and yeah.
Mick taps Leela on the shoulder. And
Yes,
then starts making gestures. And I think he makes like he gestures to the tunnel around and then makes like a
She probably starts literally like mimicking him or attempting to communicate via sign language.
Sign language is a language skill.
No, not actually sign language. What I'm talking about is doing the same things that he is, and like.
I think that's a mime-wise something.
Mimicry.
Mimicry-wise? I don't know. Acting.
Yeah.
Acting. This is an acting skill test.
Great. I don't have that.
What's the goal? No, you don't actually have
My
to roll
goal is to communicate with her.
Then you should
I'm
roll.
also trying for communication in the most.
You should roll sign language.
I will
should
roll and
roll
you will
sign.
help. I do not have sign language, so I will learn it. We'll open it.
It's like any language skill. I don't remember what they are.
It's perception based.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
So is the
I think we'll do.
obstacle my will? I guess.
I think the obstacle makes sense to be just graduated. The higher I get, the more I get to,
Okay.
the more specific I get to figure it out.
Yeah, you need at least one success to communicate
Anything at all.
anything at all.
You could just rule this like foreign language. Would probably
That's
be the
what I-
best obs to use.
That's what I was ruling it is.
Okay. So you're helping
Like,
me.
because language is a skill category.
Mm-hmm.
Should I make the roll or should I wait?
Foreign language, if it has
Using gestures, pointing, and visual references is +1 die for foreign languages.
Oh, good.
But that's like if you can talk.
This, that's
no,
true.
but this is
the language
this would
is
not
the
be foreign
gestures, so
this
Yeah.
wouldn't be foreign language. This would be sign language.
just the obs would be similar.
Yeah.
Survival language does not have any penalty, so that's probably.
Do you want to just
Yeah.
do graduated then?
Other than that,
I think just graduated makes sense.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
graduated
it's
makes the most
impossible for Mick
sense.
to have any say.
I'm pretty sure I haven't succeeded a single roll.
Right. So you start doing that, I start mimicking you, and I think that we're having a wonderful conversation. I have no
Yeah, and I'm like-
idea.
And you're just doing the same thing. I'm like,
Yes, I understand.
I just stop. I give up.
Yeah, nothing gets across. And we need
so
to
what
feed
horrible thing happens because they wasted so much time doing that?
I am definitely.
Yeah, there's no big horrible thing, but you do need to feed everyone again. Come that time, you're in the
feeding
gross
time.
wet tunnels, and you've gone through the day.
So make another.
This is just a
survival roll.
big shortcut.
I'll help with scavenging.
I'll help with astrology.
I'm just going to assume it's all the same help as last time.
probably.
Yeah, the one thing we're united in is we need food.
This food.
Second breakfast, motherfucker.
Yep, I'm helping. Oh, I'm help. Okay, B1.
I assumed you were helping, and
Oh,
yes,
Oh, that 6 explodes because that's astrology.
You're right.
I don't think we need it, but sure.
Yeah,
More
you
successes
succeed.
means more food.
Find better, more food.
Well, succeed just means you feed people. The op 3 is for survival food.
Ta-da! We got
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Hey,
So yeah, everyone gets
Hold on.
fed, and slightly it's worse than last time because there's not as many good mushrooms because they like the damp, not the wet.
damn.
But this
The
time I was
bugs are
smart enough
more.
not to bring rats.
Yeah. The bugs are more active, so they're sparser. You find some like algae, you can maybe scoop up a little fishy or two. No, are you all vegetarians or carnivore?
I think only Field
Field is
born are
required to be vegetarian.
Wait,
Or
field.
below?
So
or
we're
below.
whatever we want to be.
Yes.
Well, whatever you get some.
We get food.
You get food. Everyone eats. We don't need to worry about it. It's really just we need to make sure we feed somehow. Yeah, and then the next
Consume.
day, it's more of the same. The tunnel gets muddier and grosser the farther you go, and eventually, you do come a part that is like the top of the tunnel basically is just fallen in because it's too wet, and the little stream that has slowly built up down the middle like dips down and under.
Oh.
So the way forward is through the water or climbing up, right?
It's either dig through the big pile of mud, figure out some other option, or swim.
Misa don't know how to swim.
Unless you have some
Yeah.
other idea. Those are the obvious ways forward.
So there's like a. Sorry, can you describe that again?
Yeah, so the whole time you've been going down the raw earthen tunnel, it's getting muddier and grosser and wetter, and eventually a small stream formed at the middle from all of the water like seeping through the walls. And at this point, that small stream has turned into a small, like 4-foot wide little creek, and up ahead, the tunnel has basically collapsed, but the water goes down, the water keeps going. So you could, swim through the creek, you could go through the mud somehow, or you could find some other way around this obstacle that I'm not thinking of. Those are the two obvious ones, is creek or through the mud.
Could we consult the map and find a way around?
But you're no longer on said.
We're
no
off the
longer
map.
on the map.
You can still use the map to help, but currently you're not on said map. Like the map can help you get back, but you're off the map right now.
I think Jaleus will
Shovel
reach
up.
into his traveling gear, pulls out a rope, and looks at everybody and says, "Well, if we're going in the water, we better be able to save one another." And like starts handing it out so we can tie each other off if we're going in there.
But if we're going in the water, won't we still have to be going through the water doesn't really go through anything, it goes through dirt and muck down there.
Well, it goes under the there's enough of a flow that it goes under the blockage. You don't know how far the blockage is,
Okay.
but you do
Yeah, so
you do see it going under there, and you could theoretically swim at least as far as you could see.
Could we send one of your rat friends?
Rats can swim.
This is Jules just blankly staring at you.
Mick tosses a rock into the creek to see if anything happens. See if a watcher of the water pops out or anything.
No, nothing. There's no magical puzzle here that you noticed from throwing
Okay.
a rock in there. It's a purely tunnel-based problem.
I still think we should go up.
Misa like
We're
that
not going to
idea.
find any humans underneath the ground.
If
don't
we
have
find them up there, then we good.
Mick points at the water
Whatever
and then
we're doing,
like
we should do it.
follows his finger upstream. Like he points like.
So you're so yeah.
All right, yeah, we'll go up and start digging out the tunnel. I
You
guess.
want to try to like dig up towards the surface through the mud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
vote actually going back
does
a
it
little
look
bit.
like the
Less muddy
does
area.
does it look like the mud just collapsed into the tunnel? Like there's more tunnel beyond
It's
this?
kind of
Or-
like a wedge shape. So you're going through the tunnel, and there's a wedge of mud. As it obviously fell from above, just because of all of the moisture. Like it doesn't have, it's just lost structure.
Okay.
But the water below obviously keeps going the way you were walking. So
Let's
you don't
back-
know what's on the other side of this blockage. If you climbed on top of the wedge of dirt and kept digging up, you would eventually make it to the surface. You're not like miles deep or anything.
Let's go back and do a bit of digging, just so that the mud doesn't slide, and block up wherever the water's going, and then cause more water and flood us.
But digging back would mean starting from scratch. This already is a big chunk of the ceiling down.
It would take time.
Like it's a lot more work to dig from the ground up above your head twice over, because that's basically where this starts at.
Mick starts
is like
clearing the
another
dirt
tunnel
using
size
his
up.
axe as a makeshift shovel.
So you're gonna dig here, or are you gonna dig somewhere else if you're going up?
We should dig here.
Yeah, Mick is digging here. He starts
Alright.
digging away using his axe as a makeshift shovel.
And
You
since
have, like,
Mike's
you
legal
have the
perfectly happy to join in.
Ditch
I'll pull out a
digging?
shovel.
I do not have ditch
you have
digging.
ditch digging. You have soldiering.
Nope. He's just swinging away. It's like chopping down a tree, which he also does not know how to do. I doubt
work a
many
skill
rodent
here?
know how to chop down trees. Doesn't come up much.
Is work a skill in Burning Wheel? I guess
Um,
just ditch dig.
No, it's yeah.
I think this is ditch digging though.
Yeah.
I would like to help whoever with astrology.
Well, you can't help a being learned skill with the.
Oh,
That's true. I'm rolling a
skill.
stat.
Yeah.
No. Stats can't help skills. Skills can help stats, because that's why skills are
Okay,
better.
skills can help stats. Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
I'm
you're-
helping with astrology because astrology.
Okay, I'm adding ditch digging. What's ditch digging based off? I can go look it up.
I'm looking it up now.
I think I'm close to it. Nope.
Power?
I think it might be power.
I would assume it's like
Power
power.
or fort. It's either endurance or power.
Oh, there we are. I flipped right to it. It's
Oh,
power.
It is power?
I found this. And look, this is only slight related. Diminutive stature are no more no more than 5 feet, like tall. This is the stature of dwarves and rodent.
Mm.
Okay, so 5 feet at tallest. So
Yeah, 5
Yeah,
feet
well-
at the tallest.
okay. Ditch digging.
Yep.
I will roll it. I am being helped by whom?
I'll
I'll help.
help with astrology.
Can I argue for helping with doctrine as I recite passages of the Great Exodus led by
I
Posset and
reject
having
that
to
help.
dig? This is probably going nowhere.
I reject that help.
Okay, fine. I'll help.
Can astrology help physical skills?
I mean, astrology can be forked into anything. So if that same rule applies to help, then yes.
I assumed astrology.
I
Could...
don't know, except for those of the physical or martial type.
Oh, we did astrology
Oh.
wrong.
Yeah.
All right, so no astrology. Can you help with
Helping
something
with
else?
survival, if that's okay.
Again, I'm
Um,
using a stat to roll, so you can help with your
Survival
stats.
works.
I would like to help with apothecary by injecting you with steroid.
I will also reject that help.
You would have
Okay.
to make the steroids.
Also, true.
Yeah.
I will just help with perception, I think.
Okay.
I think I. It's power or fort, or is it just power?
Power.
It's power. Power is the skill, is the stat that this is.
You can always help with your power.
I'll help with perception.
Yeah, you could help with 4
So you're
too,
all just like
by,
watching and telling
being
me
able
where to
indeed-
dig.
I'll only let
No,
one
I'm
person.
digging with my hand.
Only one person can help with perception.
Okay.
I will help with
Because we don't
speed.
need 2 supervisors.
See,
I'll
you
help
say
with-
that, and yet there always are.
I want
only
to.
one of them benefits. You
That's
both
true.
can try. You can
Yeah,
only benefit.
I only get 1 dice if they're both. Doing
I will help with speed or agility, whichever one means. Like I'm helping move dirt out of the way quickly. Like he's
Agility.
Agility
digging
makes
and
That's
I'm
your
sense.
going.
hand eye.
Yeah,
Agility works.
Yeah. And then you're helping with survival, Leela?
Yeah, I'm just happily digging away with my hands next to you.
Okay. What's your survival?
5.
Oh, so okay, I get an extra die. Okay.
This
So-
is Ob 3. It's about as difficult as digging a trench.
Okay, so that's ups it to 6. I have a total of 8 dice against Ob 6 because of the doubling. Let's do this. I wish I had Artha.
That is a 5.
That is not a 6. That is
Not
a
a
5.
6. So here is what happens. You all helped, so the penalties apply to all of you.
Yep.
You're digging, and it's going great. And
Until it doesn't.
Like the earth is moving, you're effectively dirt. You're not an idiot. You can get dirt from ceiling to floor. So that part's going well. It seems you're getting tired and worn out, and you hit, and you pull your eggs out, and then there's a spray of water on your face, and then that spray of water gets bigger and bigger as the liquid that was seeping through the floors seemed to have been above, and you dug out all of the wet earth between you and some water.
The water.
No, what I was
The
afraid
lake.
of happened.
Yep. Yes, it did.
Yes. Yeah.
Leela,
Do we
doesn't
run?
say control
And
yourself.
the you get pushed, like the water falls down on top of you. You're scrambling to hold on to your stuff, and you get pushed into the big pile of dirt, and then the big pile of dirt dissolves into a mud slurry as you all go sliding downstream.
Okay, we get caught in a mudslide. Fun.
You get caught in an underground mudslide.
Whee!
Splash Mountain.
As we're going, like Jules grabs the rope and tries like tossing it to whoever is closest. I don't know if you want to test here.
Yeah, test agility.
Yeah, now we tested you like
Like to see who grabs it.
no,
Or see if we grab it and it's just all each
yeah,
of us make
whoever's
individual
trying to
tests.
grab it needs to test agility.
Versus my agility that I'm
Is it
Shoot,
versus?
won't that even be
rolling
versus?
now?
I don't know that would be versus.
Or-
And it might just be a flat ob and you might be helping or something like that.
Yeah, I think a flat ob with your help makes the most sense for throwing out
Okay.
the rope. So
works.
it has to be like, I don't know, ob 3 makes sense, right? It's
Yeah, while we're being sluts, like, yeah.
I was given this handy dandy little cheat
Ah.
sheet.
It's very
That
Yeah.
was not what I meant to do, but
The,
okay.
the ob list on there is very helpful.
Difficult requires concentration. Yeah. So it's ob 3. You get 1 helping die from the rope to hold yourself together down the mudslide.
Oh, so we get a +1 from the rope?
Yeah, you get a +1 die from the rope. Because the goal is to stay together as you slide down the river. So, alright.
Mick's just dead again.
Yeah.
Mick disappears down into a dark pit while the rest of you guys catch yourselves.
So you go on for a bit, and eventually you splash into just water. And can rodents swim?
Yes.
Rats
If we-
can.
Rats can
Yeah.
swim.
Okay, yeah. So you all swim up to the surface of this lake.
Is it a lake or is it a sewer?
Well, it was a sewer turned into a tunnel.
It's
turned
abandoned. It's
into
clean enough to be a
water
lake.
flushing down the tunnel, and then the tunnel shoots you out into the lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there-
By some network of like the tunnel's here, there's like an air pocket, and that's what the tunnel is, and the lake falls into it, and then you get shot down into something. You get spit into the lake by some network of violent, really fun to shoot raft ride camera shots. You get
we saw
shot
a
into
flash in the tunnel.
yeah,
The
you
moment
get
that
shot.
Layla
Yeah, you get
gets
shot into the lake, and the 3 that held together, so Jowlius, Layla, and Char Char, like, you shoot up to the surface, all like in the same area because you're all holding onto the rope, panting for breath because this is the first air you've had and your lungs were burning. And then a while away, so because you're just rats with small heads, out of visual range of the other group is
Is the
Mick.
guy that can't yell for help.
Yep.
The guy-
Nick is like,
You're out of the lake is big enough. You're out of
that's all he can do.
you're out of visual range of each other. You can't see each other's heads floating in the lake. And then you notice in the middle of the lake there's an island, and on the island is a falling apart castle. Similarly, yeah, there's a castle. That's what I wrote. Yeah, ancient falling apart castle in the middle of the lake. This was a moat. You can see where at one point there was a bridge that connected island castle to land.
Okay. So looking around, seeing the other two are on the rope, I'll look at the other two and say, Where's Mick? Did he grab the
Is
rope?
he not with you?
I don't know. Mick!
If you can hear us, shout!
Yeah, so can I get a conspicuous test to draw?
To try and splash enough for them to know where I am.
Oh, it'll be the other way around. They are trying to make enough noise for you to. That's what it seemed.
Oh, I
like,
assumed
right?
I could hear them because they can
Well,
talk.
You're out of visual range. You get +1 die on a perception test, so I think that would.
We should
work
keep that in
for-
mind. I keep forgetting about that. +1
for
dice on
hearing-based
all-
perception. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
we
you-
do a conspicuous, and that's the op.
The conspicuous is a set up because it is.
I don't know.
Okay, so you'll make it.
I'll fail
I
my
mean,
conspicuous
your
test again, but I'm happy to
your
put points in.
conspicuous could help my perception.
Well, they're
I
just
think
gonna
it's-
get +1 die to the conspicuous test to account for your big ears and their.
Oh, I
yelling.
see. Okay, so I'm not rolling. They're rolling.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In
Hey,
which case, yeah, I'm yelling away.
It's an ob2 conspicuous test to yell
Yeah.
across a lake.
All right. +1 for ears. And I'm learning conspicuous.
Me too.
Are we all just making conspicuous?
Oh wait, shouldn't we be helping each other?
That would be the smart way to do it.
That
Yeah,
would be
okay.
smart, right?
In which case, I'll just help you.
What's your conspicuous die?
Oh, dread it.
Because I'm only getting 3.
It's based on will,
Mine is
right?
2. So
Okay, so-
I can't actually help you at all, so I might as well make my own because I got
You-
nothing.
You
I'm
can help with a
sorry.
stat because it's being learned.
Yeah, it's
You can
being
help
learned.
with will.
Oh, okay. If I'm helping with the stat, I'll help with perception, which is, watching for trying to see Mick in the distance, and that one's a 6, 2 dice.
Mm-hmm. Jalius, would you like to help?
Yes. Actually, yes. But I have a backup plan. Sure. I will help
Okay.
with will.
So that's 3 dice plus 3 because big ears to help, and then what was the ob again? 2?
2.
Just gets doubled to 4, but it'll do that automatically.
So Vic, you do not hear them yelling.
Oh!
All right, I swim to the island.
Is there a swim skill? I've been trying to find.
I think there
one.
is. It's based on speed. It's just
There's a
called swimming.
special. Yeah, it's a called out thing actually.
Oh,
It is its own skill, I believe.
Oh my,
Oh,
so
so
do
But
we
it's
not know
not
how
in
to
the
swim?
skill list.
So we should all be drowning.
Well, if you
Well,
can, if rats can swim, you can get to the surface. The swim test is just going to determine how rough.
how
Getting from
tired
where
I
you're
am.
Yeah, where you're shot up to the thing
Okay.
is.
And yes,
Yeah.
basically, so it's not clear if swimming is based on speed or if it's its own skill or if it's just a speed test.
Swim isn't on the skill list, at least.
It is not.
Then
but
let's
it
just
is-
make a speed
I
test.
believe it is its own
It's
skill.
probably like it's probably one of those optional skills. Like if you're doing a seafaring game, you might want to make it its own skill. But if you're
Well,
not,
it's-
make it speed.
It's
I would say
specifically
agility more
called
than
out
speed.
somewhere.
It's like in armor. It's called out. because you have a plus penalty if you're wearing armor to try and swim.
Fair.
Why is this so hard to find? Why is swimming?
Because apparently everyone avoids the water. Like
Because
the plague.
it does have its own like section, and that's the thing. I never looked at it because I purposely avoided water and burning.
In our seafaring game before.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really. There wasn't a lot of swimming involved, weirdly enough.
No. There's sadly no ship combat system in Burning Wheel. Though if there was, I could totally design a fight-like ship combat system.
Yeah, I would. If you ever have me in a seafaring game, there's like a 900% chance the boat at some point in the campaign. Swimming rules.
Yeah, there needs to be like a nautical combat system in a pirate version of Burning Wheel. Burning Sails. That's his name.
Yeah.
No, it's still Burning Wheel. It's just the wheel of the ship.
Yes, and I don't mind that. But Burning
Swimming
Sails
is,
is I just look at the title and know what it's about.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's not even in the appendix.
No.
Okay. If we have nothing
speed for
it-
swimming.
Okay.
Speed for swimming someplace in a time-sensitive manner. Fort for swimming along.
Okay, so
Yeah.
speed for swimming fast, fort for swimming not being
Yeah,
tired.
and is there a
Then I think if
exhaustion like
not
mechanic?
like in 5th edition, no. I think it'd probably just
you
be
just
a
give
wound
him
of
a
some kind.
superficial wound.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
that's the penalty.
So I'd be
was
rolling
gonna-
fort then instead of speed
Yeah.
because
It's
about
going
being
to
tired.
be. Yeah. Do you swim often?
No, I do not.
Then this is going to be an OB3 fort test to make it to the island, or you take a superficial wound from just wearing your muscles down.
Oh, good. My first successful test, and we're 3 hours into the 4-hour session. And I got that
I
for
guess-
advancement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we all want to swim toward the island? Is that the only thing we can see?
There's also shore. There's also the shore of the lake. There's the island in the middle with the castle, and then there's the shore of the lake.
Is it a human castle?
Yeah. But it's like super worn down and destroyed. Like you can see plants growing from the end. There's a tree coming through the main hall. Like it's not a lived-in castle. The bridge is destroyed. Things like
I have
that. But
an instinct, I'm heading to the castle.
Yeah, me too. My belief.
Yeah. These two are the only ones keeping me alive at this point, so I'll just go where they're going. The basic through line thought being, well, we're fucked now anyway.
No going home now. I take a wound.
yes, superficial wood. It's be the same OB3. Wait, unless anyone swims regularly. That's the only way I could decide this.
Leela might more than the others.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm going to go with yes for Leela. She does everything.
Where do you swim
hectic
regularly?
randomly.
In the big city world.
I am very rarely in the big city world.
Well, no, but that's what the whole setting is.
Oh,
Yeah,
in the big
right.
city world above, I see.
Yeah, or the sewers below the big city world. The areas where people grow crops are still, like, designated plots and shit.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of water around.
I mean, underground there might be.
Yeah, there is access to water. I'm just asking if you do swim regularly, where do you swim regularly?
Yeah, intentionally or the same place is not terribly likely. I just,
The
as
rat pool.
usual, suspect this is not the first time this has happened.
So you do it mostly in, like, tunnel collapses and
Yeah.
dealing. Okay, cool. So it's an OB2 for you because it's more routine and it's your job.
How do I do my tolerances?
Oh, it's based on power.
Half my fort.
Oh, what is it for beginning?
One is like half, and then
I'm almost to it. Give me a second. I get it. Resource circles, physical tolerances. Your superficial wound is equal to half your fort rounded down plus one.
So my superficial is 3.
Yep.
Do I just put it in the B3?
Yep.
Yep.
You have to make sure you mark that superficial though for the penalty
Yeah.
to work.
I'll take a look and
Same
sort
here,
them out.
I suppose. My beautiful ability to swim is coming in handy right around now. It's
Yeah,
this hanging onto the rope at the same time, okay?
Everyone but Mick takes a superficial wound as
Wait,
they
Does
tire
Jowlius have any fate?
It's the fact that
Oh,
we're
yeah, I
trying to
do.
swim and hold on to this rope.
I forgot I had a
Yeah, you have fate if you want to spend your fate on that.
D6.
Nope. Take the superficial wounds.
I'm gonna scroll
Lisa
the
can
sheet
fix
here
us
a
up.
second, Jordan. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, superficial wounds they'll go away in like 10 minutes.
But Misa also have field dressing.
If you offer, I will happily accept and try and talk to you in the meantime about where you got these skills.
Well, my point is you're still missing Mick.
Yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
distractible.
take care of that.
Yeah. So you all get to the island,
Ominous.
obviously different parts of the island, and there's the
Yeah.
big castle. So everyone gets there. So Mick, you got there first. Well, not first. Story-wise first. You were the
They
first
got
one to roll
tired,
to
so
get
I
there.
got there first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna find
You-
something
you-
metal to bash on to make noise. That
You're
scavenger?
gonna scavenge up a gong.
Not even a gong. Anything metal or glass that makes noise louder than I currently can.
Yeah,
Like-
so you're gonna scavenge noisemakers.
Not intent.
Percussion.
Yeah, something and
Percussionry.
something metal. That's
Yeah.
I have I have metal bits on my axe, so I just need something else metal. That's it. To bash it against.
Of course. Ob 1.
Ob 1. Okay,
Detritus or junk.
good.
It would be such.
Yes!
Oh.
Yeah.
And my scavenging goes up to 2 because I already had a challenging test from.
Now, I'm assuming the intent here. Did you get a 6 by any chance? No.
Not.
I'm assuming the intent here is to make noise to have them know where you are.
Yeah. No, anyone in the area will know where I am once I start hitting whatever I found with my axe.
All right. So is it cool if we use the scavenging as a link test for conspicuous? Because that's what the test is.
That makes sense. And if I fail, I imagine I am found by someone else who is not the group.
Well, we don't know. You don't know who could possibly be on this island.
Cool. Then
With
I'm
an undead kingdom up top, who knows what it
yeah,
could be?
it could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be,
There's no zombies in the human world.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yes.
There's no zombies in Bossy.
I'm gonna also learn
Yes, please.
conspicuous.
We're currently
This is
under
my-
Lake Laogai too.
Which is based on will, I believe, right? We checked that already.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's I am able to roll conspicuous, but I don't get a bonus because
Yeah, it's gonna be Ob 2.
I'm likely to fail. I am. Let's find out. Yep.
You got a 6.
I don't have fate.
Ah, that's right.
No fate.
Copyrighted character.
Yep.
Yeah, so
looking
not
looking
found.
around
We'll come back to
looking
this.
around when we get back
Yes.
on shore.
Probably found like
I
a metal
think
dinner
Jolly-
plate that I'm like walking around the island banging it with my axe. Like, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And yeah, if you offer to fix me up, I will absolutely take that.
So it's just a Ob 1 field dressing test?
It
'Cause
acts
it's
as a link
superficial?
test for your health test you make.
Yep.
That's what it does. That's all field dressing will do here. But keep in mind, field dressing you need tools for. The tools can be a traveling backpack.
I do have traveling gear that I have not
But
used
once
yet.
again, that's only one. It only has one use, and then every use beyond that you roll to see if it runs out.
Right.
So field dressing does have a cost for even making it, and it acts as a link test for the health test to follow. So if you fail, there's also that penalty.
I will
Oh.
still happily take you up on that if you're willing, because my health is 2.
I don't have any beliefs about it. Like, did Jalius?
Yeah, you all are tuckered out and tired after swim. All 3 of you.
I think we just try and make our health. I don't think it'd be different if we were like a little bit more.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, if successful, the pain fades immediately. If failed, you get 10 minus 14 hours of pain.
Yep. So it matters. It's going to be a... It would only be an OB1 field dressing test, by the way.
My field dressing is kind of high. If you know what, yeah, I'll help.
But just keep in mind, the using
There's
of
a
stuff.
downside.
There's a downside. It uses your stuff.
But so the first use of my traveling gear doesn't get used up. It's just I use it, and then every time I use it from now on, I have to roll for it.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
And if you roll a 1, it's gone.
Right. So I'm gonna field dressing on Leela because we're both kind of panting.
You pull out a warm blanket, basically, is what this would be.
Can I fork apothecary?
Yeah. You could have some, herbal preparations.
Cool.
Do you have apothecary's tools? Or an apothecary kit?
I have poisoner's tools.
So you do not have apothecary stuff.
No.
I would say, normally I'd say yes, if, like an apothecary bag, you could have her sniff some herbs that know, just because you have the item, but no, you don't have the stuff.
Can
So
I
just astrology.
help with foraging to find
Wait,
apothecary?
isn't apothecary, can't you also use that as a medicinal skill?
I think so.
I
'Cause I
still
know
think
you
it
can-
requires tools, though.
I know apothecary needs a kit, poison needs a kit, but I took the kit for poison because that's my only offensive skill if shit hits the fan.
Is apothecary what you're rolling?
No, I'm rolling field dressing.
And you're forking apothecary. Then
Yeah.
I don't think you need the tool. If
Okay, cool.
If you're forking, you're relying on the knowledge of the skill, not the actual.
Fair
Okay.
enough. Yeah.
So apothecary, astrology, OB1.
Yeah.
Cool. OB1.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm wounded.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Well, thank you very much. I'll say.
You get 1 die. So Leela gets 1 die to your
health.
now it's an OB1 health test to recover, or it lasts for 10 minus some number of hours.
10
And
minus
it's just
4.
a OB1
Yeah.
health test.
OB1 health test.
And
That's
apparently I did make that, so thank you for your field dressing.
Oh, I barely made mine.
As Leela's going to continue, chattering away, asking, "How did you do that? What was that thing? What are?" Yeah.
Yeah, so as they're screwing around,
Yeah.
I think Jolly is looks around, yells for Mick, doesn't see it, and then says, Zenda, can you send some of your brood? Find Mick. He's missing. And this is all in rodent or rat speak rather. And yeah, I'd like to send 3 of the rats to go look for Mick.
I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of where
so
he skill.
what did we call this? You have to do an OB3 persuade test for them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do we roll for rats to find?
Die of fate.
Die of fate, honest. You said 3 rats, so you gotta say 1 and 2 out of 3 chance, 1/3 of a chance.
Okay.
So a
on the
1
gun.
or a 2
On the gun.
on the die of fate, and they find him. But you have to do an OB3 test.
Yep, so it's persuasion, forking, radicate, and ratwise.
Yeah.
Can I fork animal husbandry here? I don't
Yeah,
think so.
totally. They like you because you husband them. Husbandry.
I get rats laid, and they like me. No Artha, base ob 3. 4 successes.
Hey.
Yeah.
Loads of
Oh, that's
6s.
I wish we could. I was really hoping there was some test we could have the rats make, because then we could link test it, but I can't think of a rat test, so like Die of Fate makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, you roll a d6 on a 1 or a 2. Nope.
Nope.
They come back unreporting. They heard they report sounds across the island, but they couldn't figure out where they were coming from.
Mick, finally, after I think it's probably been a while, of like 10 minutes or so of him banging around.
Yeah, it's starting to get time for you to hunker back down. For it's the end of the day.
There's
at
a
this
castle
point.
here. He keeps his plate. He puts it in it with his stuff. In case he needs to make
Yeah.
noise later. But he looks like up at the castle and down at the door. Approaches the door to see if it's open. Is it like open creakily before him?
The door is closed and there's vines going up it. It's like
There's
iron
vines.
banded. Yeah, and
I have
vines
axe.
going up the door.
Axe are
With an
great
axe.
for chopping at vines.
Yeah, you want to go up to the door?
I'm gonna
Do
go
you
up to
like-
the door and start getting it open. Probably by chopping away anything that's in the way.
So
of
the
it.
first time you swing your axe at the door, it cuts into the door like it's made of soft sponge, and just like sinks all the way into the haft. You can like pull it back out. Your axe isn't like stuck or anything, but you
Okay.
sink your axe into the door and it just slices straight into it. You could just push your way through these
Okay.
doors.
Was
Like,
some
they're
kind of
not-
like of some kind of mimic door. I was like, no. Okay,
No,
good.
No, it's not. No, it's just gross and old. Like it's,
Okay.
It's like so rotted.
It's just just super rotted. Okay, so yeah, I push my way into the castle, and I think we'll probably see that later after the others.
Yeah.
Rest.
So you push your way into the castle, and then the rest of you take a short rest. That's what all the healing is. You take a short little, like, 10-minute break to get over your
Yeah.
exhaustion.
Roll your hit dice to recover.
I get my spell slots back.
Yeah, as a warlock.
All that. And you don't see the rats come back, and you report them saying there were sounds on the island, but they stopped and they don't know where they came from, and they couldn't find them. And yeah, so what do you do from there?
Mick's dead.
There's a
Yeah.
castle over there. We should go see what that is.
Yeah.
And Leela sets off.
Really, the ominous, obviously human-built castle. That we're going there.
Exactly. She's yelling over her shoulder.
We should just explain we're looking for them, and then we should get to go home.
This is not the fields of paradise. I have no reason to go traipsing around some moldy old human-made castle.
Do you still know what the fields of paradise look like?
Well, obviously the fields.
What if
How do you know what a
the
field
use
is?
of the word fields is more like a metaphor?
Good on you, Cha Cha. That's a $10 word. Thank you. For... At least I
Thank you.
have
Misa's
some
heard it a
faith.
lot over talking with you. You used to always talk about metaphors and semaphores and
No, similes.
Metal
And
semaphores.
Just shut up and go to the castle.
All right, yeah. But I know
I shall take
Leela
over this torch, and he just drops off.
Leela asks where Char Char learned how to heal people. I think he just goes, Misa learned a lot from watching and having to do it on Misa's self.
Everyone around me seems to get hurt a lot.
That lucky
know.
trait is kept you alive so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he learned how to heal himself and other people. Also, he might have poisoned a few people, which is why he knows poison.
So, where do you all approach on the castle? Do you try to go for the opposite, or you try to go for the side or something?
The closest
Straight
door is what
to
I would assume.
closest way.
So you can tell me what the closest way is. Is it the front door? Is it the side entrance? I haven't there's not a map, so just where is the closest? If the camera cuts from you on the beach to you at the castle gates or part of the castle,
Oh, it's
Is
the
it the
front
front-
door because that's
it's the
ominous
front
as
door.
hell.
Yeah,
there's
it's the front
a
door.
vaguely rodent-sized hole that has been. It's in the front door.
Carved into the front door.
Be on your
See?
guard. There's other people here.
You don't know how fresh it is. Like you have no
Yeah.
notion of that, but you do see about a 5x5 hole in the front door. You can walk right in.
Here. It's a people place.
I don't think that's people size. I've seen people. People tend to be bigger.
And if you look up, these doors are easily 12 feet high. Like these are big, grand castle doors.
Not that big though. I haven't seen doors like that before.
This
Does
long pull down the snout. Just
does Jollius have a weapon?
no.
I do.
Can I poison my fangs?
No,
Oh,
That
no,
seems counterintuitive.
no, you could not put poison in your mouth.
You just have to be very careful not to swallow it.
I'm gonna
sounds
say
amazing.
no. If you put
You can make
poison
that
on
like
your
an OB
fangs,
8 poisoning
get
test.
Yes, you just
poisoned.
fail.
You can make it an OB like
Well,
extremely high OB, but yeah.
The poison, like you could choose, like if it's a contact poison or if it like needs to like cut into someone to work, right? You could choose what kind of
Your
poison.
mouth is a mucous membrane. Anything that can be absorbed through the blood can be absorbed through the mouth.
Okay, then never mind.
Fair enough.
Just how poison works.
Yep. I'm gonna keep a pinch of poison in my hand just in case.
Yeah, you could
Find
apply
it
it to a
poison.
stick. You could apply
Oh,
it to
boy.
the
This is how
back of your
Mick dies.
glove.
It's
If it's a
their
contact
fault I got
poison,
it before. Oh wow.
you could like rub it on some gross leather gloves and touch people's face with them. That would
You know what?
work.
I'm going to take just a slice of my honeyed oat cake and apply some poison to it.
Now, do you have poison?
I do have the poison kit. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what
but
I
do
use
you
my
have
tool.
Okay.
poison? Like, do
What
you
do
have some instinct about carry a bottle of poison with me? Or
No, I
You
have
have
the
poisoner's
toolkit for
tools
it.
though. You have the poison.
Yeah.
we need to prepare poison.
Okay.
I make a skill check for.
How
Yeah.
long does it take?
Does it?
Yeah. As if it's an academic skill, it takes a bit.
Say
I'm
that you
not
did it
sure what
over
it is,
the break there?
10 minutes probably wouldn't be enough, but maybe when you rest for the next night.
Yeah, my point is
A
whether
year now.
you have it now or later
True.
depends on the
Well,
time it takes to throw this together.
Let me look at
Special skill.
poisons. Allows the
Um,
character to concoct harmful substance from herbs, minerals, and animals. Doesn't say it is. Just says skill type special. I thought that's what the tools were.
Yeah.
No, the tools are like distillers and alembics and mortars and
Raw
pestles,
ingredients.
that kinds of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
But it still takes time to do the chemistry. If you can do it in 10 minutes, then yes, you can have your poison. But if it takes more than 10 minutes, you have to, like,
Never mind. I go in defenseless.
But tonight, if you can do it overnight, you do it when you rest tonight, you could prep some poison.
Okay. I was just doing it to like, if something bad is in here, I could just go.
Yeah. My point is, like,
I was gonna-
that would be an instinct if you wanted to have it on hand
Okay.
immediately. It would be an instinct to say, always have poison prepared.
Got it.
So as we step through the door, I'll probably yell, "Hello? Is anybody in here?"
How long? You guys rested for 10
God.
minutes. So,
Yeah, you have had time to, like, hold yourself, but then they also had to walk up to the front of the castle and
yeah,
stuff.
I've been looking around.
Yeah, so you have had time to, you guys walk in, and as you walk in, we crossfade across the castle to wherever Mick is.
Mick wants like human stuff to bring back so we can just go straight back home. So I think he's looking around for like, I think it's just something that looks impressive that's human. Like it could be a book in the human language. It could be maybe a map if they have like an old, probably rotted and moldy now map hung up next to what probably
Yeah,
would have been like the
anything that
cabinet,
is
but-
going to be made of because this is in a swampy island on a
Yeah, it's all
lake.
gone.
Yeah, so anything made of textiles, anything made of wood, anything made of papers, like you can find remnants of it. It's obvious like that stuff did exist here,
Hmm.
but it's all kind of soupy and gross, and like you're not going to be able to. It won't work as proof because you're not sure how you're going to be able to get that home without it falling apart.
Do Rodan use currency? Like coins? Or do they sort of just do
Yes,
haggling?
they're haggling is a skill that they.
Haggling is a
it's
skill,
in
but
their-
do they use?
That's up to y'all. Like, do y'all
Okay.
think we're use currency?
given that like extortion and stuff like that is commonplace. I think yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we use
I'm
the
going to
old
search
currency
for
of a human.
shiny valuables. Broad, non-specific, shiny ancient valuables.
Yeah. Do you know anything about humans?
I know my belief, which is completely obviously true. All humans are powerful and cruel. It's the only way they could rule the surface. No, I do not have
Okay.
human wise.
I was wondering if you had like human wise or something, or some skill you could use to fork into your scavenging roll to find.
No, I'm just happy I got my scavenging to 2 before trying this.
Yeah, so you're gonna try to scavenge up something. What would that even be? Oh.
Old, I mean,
The skill list is so. I love and hate how specific the skill list is because it really slows me down from just guessing
It could
numbers.
just be a
I can
high
just-
ob
I
scavenging.
can just use scavenging.
The GM reference has that ob thing. You can choose from that too. You
Yeah,
don't
no, just scavenging
have
has
the
a
obs in
list.
the skill. Yeah. But if you think it would just be difficult to be able to find something like that, you just
Yeah,
pull the difficult.
because it really
ob.
depends on, in this case, where we're scavenging.
Yeah.
Looking for a
Yeah,
human
this
thing in
is
the
gonna
rat
be,
tunnels is different
it's
than looking
Valuable
in the
items is
castle.
ob 4.
It's gotta be ob 5.
Okay, because of secret
Yeah,
reasons.
rare just because of normally in a castle that wasn't falling apart, ob
Okay,
4.
it's because it's
but this is,
yeah.
but it's gonna be ob 5 to just straight up tear through it without any guidance.
I have 2 scavenging and no Arthur. This will be glorious.
You'll get a challenging roll.
You're
I
gonna
will.
find a swamp monster.
Wow, that was a good roll.
Oh, 2 successes.
2 out of 2
It's like a
successes.
6.
Is this gonna
If
be like a
only you had
Jack
faith.
of the Beanstalk situation?
Probably. Something terrible's gonna happen. Wow.
Yeah.
What terrible
you
thing
don't-
happens?
You're going through the castle and you start going down the slippery spiral staircase and you make it down into the cellars of the castle because that's obviously where people keep their gold.
That's where
and
probably
there's-
rats keep their gold, as deep as possible. They probably
Yeah, they
bury
keep
their
their
gold.
shiny stuff downstairs. You go downstairs and you find this. You walk through a couple like storage areas. Like obviously that's a root cellar where they keep potatoes and stuff. And
Definitely.
you make it to this room, and it's an odd room to you because rats don't have anything like, or rodent don't have anything like this. There are 12, not 12. They're in a circle on the floor in the room. There are 8. There's 8 points along the circle, and they each are topped with a little steel grate. And there's like a 2 square foot, like square grate above a hole, and about 8 that point around the circle. And you're down in this place, and there's
There's nothing in the
bars
center
and
of the
rusty
circle?
pigs.
There's nothing obvious in the center of the circle?
No, it's just there's 8 holes in a circle with a grate on top. And you're kind of fascinated and a little bit distracted in damp, dark room.
Okay, I gingerly
You have a light source, otherwise this is a lot.
I have traveling
more...
gear, so yes, I have a light.
Yeah, you have a light
torch.
source. Cool.
I carefully tap like the grate with my axe. Is this like what? Is it one big circular grate with holes in it? Is that what it was, or is it several?
Yeah, no. Each hole has its own grate.
Okay, then yeah, I go up to one of the grates, then one of the hole grates, and like carefully look down to see if I can see anything with the like torch held high, so I can actually see.
Yeah, you
Yes,
look
ma'am.
down in this hole. I don't know, make a. There's nothing specific in this hole. At first glance, there's nothing. If you wanted to, you can do a perception test to see if you see like remains or trash or detritus. It's just a straight column down.
Okay. He looks. I think he checks a few more. Like he's just like, okay, that doesn't look like anything bad. He checks like not all of them, but like 2 more after that.
Yeah, they're all the 3 you check are all empty.
Okay, I'm gonna die of fate this. On a 1 to 3, he continues on. He continues onwards.
Yeah. Eventually, you continue onwards. You don't investigate the.
No, they all seem like they're just weird, like columns down. So he can.
Yeah, they're just straight columns down with a little grate at the top. So you keep going. And really the penalty is failing the scavenging test is you get kind of like you are tied up in your business of exploring the downstairs there, meaning they have no chance of finding you upstairs.
Yes. If this was Betrayal at House on the Hill, I'd be lost in the basement.
Lost in the basement.
You're lost in the basement while they are exploring the upstairs.
Yeah, dealing with the haunt rolls and the traitor.
Yeah. So upstairs.
So upstairs.
So I guess I've just yelled out if anyone's here.
He cannot
No
hear
answer.
you
No,
because he is downstairs.
I'm not necessarily yelling for him. I want to know if
No one's
anyone's here. I need more friends.
No one responds to you. Nothing like calls back. You hear the echo off the stone walls of the empty room.
Do
It's
we
kind
still
of
wanna,
muffled, but there's a echo because there's not like banners and stuff to muffle the sound.
do we still wanna look for food here?
Oh, I know where there will be food. This is a human place. There will be food in the kitchen. Let's go find the kitchen.
Do you have a human
I
related
have
skill?
human wise.
Yeah, you can roll human wise to see where they would put the kitchen.
Sounds good to me.
So
Do I have an op?
strange.
Op 1 to find a kitchen, just to interpret human architecture.
Sure.
I help with astrology.
Okay, I will take it. I'm also going to fork in foraging, because that makes sense. Foraging for food.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Hold on. Is that
Successfully find the kitchen.
I want to test mine just to see. Oh man. How do I get a routine astrology test?
With if it's ob 1 and 1, you choose whether it's difficult or routine, so you can apply it to either. So that is a routine. That's what. So
No,
if
with skill exponent 1, you need a 1 routine and either 1 difficult or 1 challenge.
Yes, you need, but you get to choose if it's routine or difficult. It's not that it goes up by 1. You still need 2 tests. But an ob 1 test, when you have 1 die, according to the character sheet, if you look at the very bottom of the test difficulty part, the drop down thing, for an ob 1 test on 1 die, the player may choose whether the test is routine or difficult.
So can I make that routine?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And otherwise, you'd never advance an ob. Otherwise, you'd never advance like 1 skill.
And then because I have 1 routine and 1 challenging, it goes up to 2.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Nice. And then I get rid of these dots. Okay. I now have astrology at 2.
Yeah. So you find the kitchen. It's a kitchen, as in there is the stone like cooking fire thing with the grate where you would cook. Well, you had a fire under it, grate, and you cook on top of it. With like a spit, and then there is a couple other like food preparation areas and a couple other. There's not like the stove is stone here. There's not a stove top because it's medieval.
Yeah.
It's a stone heart.
So this is the kitchen. There should be food somewhere around here, or there would be, but I think this place is pretty old, so I don't know if there's going to actually be...
Yeah, you can see where they had clay pots that were holding food and supplies and stuff, but...
I'm going to try to scavenge food up, I think.
You want to try to scavenging is food.
Yep.
Can I help with
I'd actually no. Foraging is food specifically.
So
Scavenging
scavenging.
is
Want to forage for food?
Obtuse scavenging, common household items, including food.
oh
Lots of
so
different ways to get food.
since I'm
Yeah.
learning orienteering, I can't help with it, right?
correct.
That's correct.
Damn it. I help with astrology.
I'll help with survival and give you 2 dice.
I'm going to reject all of the help because I don't want you to screw with my dice. I need the obtuse test.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Base up 2. Nope, don't find nothing, but my scavenging just went up to 3.
Yeah. So you don't find any food, and it is you do need to eat at some point today. Like it's moving towards the end of the day. You need to start. You're getting tired, so unless you wanted to push yourself and like push yourself to stay awake and explore, you can do that. But yeah,
Lisa can use them my oat
Now-
cakes.
Are we
I
able
was-
to still do a scavenging or foraging test?
yeah,
Yes.
because you didn't
Yeah,
help.
you don't share in the failure. I can always pull something out of my traveling gear if I need to.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what the supplies are for. But
I'll just do a survival test, see if I can't find any food in the kitchen.
Lisa help.
And in this case, can I foraging and human wise?
yes,
Okay, and I will.
we should have been letting you foraging the whole time
I have
for
been, I think.
survival for food.
Yep.
Okay, and
The last
yes,
die
I
will be
took-
the astrology.
You helped with the other food.
No, he didn't accept it.
Oh, you didn't accept it. You're right. Cool.
And the last die is not a 1. So there we go. Food for all of us but Mick.
Yeah, y'all get fed. You probably find what at one point was a garden where they had like, no, you find the old compost pile where there were like apple and stuff thrown. So now there's a couple like fruit trees that have sprouted from the detritus of this place.
I am happily explaining everything I see to everyone who will listen to me.
Yeah,
And
and that's
what
why
this
you
is and what they
know
use it for.
Yes.
why these trees are so close to the wall. It's because you know this was a huge ash pile that the apple cores have sprouted a new tree from. Like you're explaining that to everyone.
Do we
And then
know what
Nick-
apples are?
Feel like a Fraggle.
I for sure.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
are,
They say
And then, Vic, you
humans
get
once
hungry.
had so much cheese that they had this tool called a grater, where they would like, make cheese into many smaller pieces of cheese.
ooh,
yeah, Vic,
cheese
you are lost in the dungeons, and you also feel the pains of hunger and the call of sleep.
It is not the first time he has had to sleep hungry. So I think Mick will find a good-looking pile of hay to sleep.
You can find a brown spot where hay was.
He probably has a cot with him, so he's actually going to find like the relatively cleanest part of the
yeah,
floor.
you pull out your bedroll and you throw it in a clean spot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And yeah, he's going to sleep right there alone.
Hmm.
Not
So yeah,
knowing
in the
that the others are
morning,
right
because
upstairs.
Yeah, because in the morning, when you didn't eat, you're gonna need to make a fort test or superficial wound for
That's fine. What's the op?
Ah,
It might get higher over time, so if it's
it
just
will get higher over time. I'm just thinking of the first one, probably 2.
sense.
Yeah, 2 makes sense now. Tomorrow it'll be 3 if you don't eat. You fail. You take a superficial wound.
Okay.
Can
Can
Misa
we
make
find him by the growling in his stomach? Can we do it?
And
Yeah, that's
you
how I
can't
speak
roll-
now.
Yeah, and you can't roll the test until you eat. Like you can't make the health test to get over it.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm not going to feel
When
better
you
until
get food, you can automatically make the health test to get over it. But
Yeah,
until
I don't recover the superficial.
I'm going to search about for the bedrooms because I am in full-on tour guide lecture mode here.
yeah, you start
Yeah.
like searching about the bedrooms. Do we have like a skill? What's the best skill for exploring a castle?
I'd still claim human wise on this one.
Yeah, you're giving a tour guide.
or just jive perception. Like Because that's the knowledge and seeing
Yeah.
stat.
Yes, you start exploring through the bedrooms. You have human wise roughly figure out where they are, and you start going through the upstairs. The bedrooms are all upstairs. They're all rather small. It's a medieval castle, so it's all kind of cramped and tight quarters and stuff.
Find
Yeah,
a comfy one and say, okay, we should probably rest here for the night.
Yeah, you find but it's basically a box with a window and but yeah. No, it's also on a lake, so there's also a hole. Slants down.
Hmm.
The great medieval plumbing of gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
think-
walk too close to the walls.
I think I want to make a poison before we go to bed.
Yeah. So when we're going to bed, like you're setting up and your apples and stuff, you're sitting there, you've got the core of your apples and you're mashing them up in your mortar and pestle to make your poison.
Okay. I think I want to make up to. I want to make an inhaled, sickening poison.
So you're gonna make basically a little glass vial that you throw and it puts out like
Noxious gas.
a noxious fume.
Yeah. So it's sickening
Spores.
poisons plus 1 ob to the person, and then for it to be inhaled vapor, I add plus 2 ob, so it's ob 4 total to make it.
Yeah, so an ob4 poisoner's test.
Okay, I'm gonna fork apothecary and astrology. So it's 5 dice on 4.
Good luck.
Did you want to do a
might
test
use
as a
those.
link test to prepare?
Can I do that?
Yeah.
If you're... I can try and help with foraging again, because finding you stuff.
Yeah,
I
you
am
could.
interested in what you are doing and trying to make friends with you.
Yeah, if you could convince Leela to help, you could work together on a foraging test to link into this to find better supplies.
Sure.
Vince
Yeah.
is not hard.
If Jules hears that there's something that you're making that will kill things that are trying to kill us, he'll help
Well,
with scavenging.
Misa can't make. It'll make things harder to hurt us. Misa can't make the B10 wound poison yet.
The
Unless-
B10 wound poison.
Unless,
Yeah,
unless
poison
you still
goes
wanna
from
use
0
the
to
food.
11 real fast.
Wow.
Because I
I like
could,
how yet was in there too, just like slipped in.
because to make a B10 wound deadly poison, it's ob 4.
That is
And then-
terrifyingly easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
well, it's modified by consumption.
Yeah, it's
Like,
how
yeah,
it,
But
because it's
obnoxious-
automatically they need to eat it. But if I want to make it like put it on a blade, add plus 1 ob. For
An
inhaled vapor, add
inhalable
plus 2.
B10 wound poison is only
ob
ob
6.
5.
No, it's ob
Yep.
6.
It's ob 6?
Ob 6. Yeah.
Because it's ob 4 to make the deadly poison, plus 2 ob to make it an inhaled vapor.
Yeah, ob 6 is surprisingly low for toxic fumes.
I could make it a contact poison for plus 3 ob, but no.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Unless-
no, Leela will help with foraging.
Yeah, could you find like a thingy that looks like this and it looks like this? Like I'm trying to describe to you poison tools that humans might have made.
Yeah, the two, so that your two other rat friends are helping with survival and foraging, respectively.
As a link test or just help?
I
As a
am
link
literally
test.
going to grab anything that looks remotely like that, and you are going to get a pile of just stuff starting to pile.
Yeah, so we're gonna use
like, link
Leela's
very back.
foraging link test. I'm assuming
Yep.
you're helping her,
No
and
scavenging. Yep.
Jowls is helping the foraging with scavenging.
So so link test, the more successes you get, the more dice I get, right?
Yes.
Do I have to decide on what poison I make before she rolls?
Well, you already decided what poison you're making.
Right, but now more people are helping.
Well, the link test will only if we exceed the obstacle, you get a +1. If we match
Okay.
the obstacle, you get nothing. If we fail, it's -1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a plus. It's Yeah.
Speaking of, what is the obstacle?
For foraging
for
poisonous stuff.
QRS scavenging.
It's foraging. She's using foraging.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Unless for some reason it comes under survival, but I doubt it. So, forging, yes.
Foraging is all like eating yourself.
In which case, it might almost be better to use your scavenging in that case. That'll help with that. Or help with human-wise, honestly.
And then I can't help with the link test, right?
You can.
Oh, I can?
Yep.
Astrology. Oh, no, wait. Poisons, because we're looking for
Yeah.
poison stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, foraging would make sense to find poisonous things.
Yeah, organic poisons. Yeah.
Yeah, or give me organic poisons. It's going to be an ob 2 because foraging's based on the amount of food you gather.
Okay.
So it's going to be an ob 2 foraging test, and then the poison test to follow. So you get 3 dice. If you get 3 successes, you get a +1 to the poisoner's test.
Okay.
Okay. So
I
how
will
many?
help 1 die from scavenging from me.
And I can help with poisons, or does it have to be
you
a
can help
different
with
skill?
poisons because it's finding food to turn into poison.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to
Can
help.
I fork with appraisal?
Yeah, of course. You know what's worth it, what's not worth it.
Sweet. And yeah, I'll just leave it there. I don't want to. Base obstacle 2. I will fail.
Yeah, you succeed.
Yeah.
So you get
Yes,
+1 to your poisoner's test, like
I
from the
can
link
get
test.
more dice if it's even a better roll.
Is that not? I think it's just 1 for link
It's
test,
just
right?
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
just
But
+1.
this is a separate test, so you can help with.
You can help my roll with something
Yeah,
else.
now it's a separate test to the poison. Now the poison test begins with a
Okay.
+1 modifier to it. So if you wanted to help make the poison too, you could, but you need a skill to help with the poison.
Unless I am going to literally try and eat it, I don't think that's a good. Don't think I can help much with that.
Okay.
Yeah, but the foraging does provide assistance.
Right. And then, so is Jalius helping me at all, or no?
Unless we can make a case for Ratwise without you poisoning my rats.
That's the only way. The only
Okay,
way the rats
so I just
count
got the
is
3
if you
die.
test it.
Here we go. 3 plus 3, so that's 6 on ob 4. I did it.
Yep. So you have 1 use of an
A
sickening
inhaled poison. Yep.
Yeah, and then roll the d6 for your poisoner's kit.
Well, no, this is the first time I'm using the poison.
No, toolkits are different.
Oh, it is?
I think that's a special rule for traveling gear.
I thought it was for any gear.
I'll find it. Keep going, I'll find it.
Yeah. But it's fine. So you got your stuff all sorted away, you hunker down for the night, and then so in the morning, I don't know. Who has a thing in the morning? Is it Mick trying to find his way out of the dungeon?
Yeah, in the morning, Mick is looking for food. And so he probably goes back upstairs. Because he hasn't found anything down here. He goes to the main floor, starts looking around, and starts working his way upstairs until he finds something that is edible.
Yeah. So you can make a scavenging or foraging or survival test.
I have scavenging. Let's do that.
Yeah, I think it's up 2, right? Yep.
So you have to roll if the tools are specifically listed as expendable.
Let me check poisons.
And also, the tools, you can't use traveling gear as tools unless it says traveling gear.
Okay. So don't roll a 1. I rolled a 1.
Yes, you are out of poison materials. Like, you have all the tools, but you don't have any base materials anymore.
So that would be scavenging to try and find stuff to make poison, right?
Yes.
Got it.
I think you guys took it further, or you took it for poison materials.
Yeah, no, all of the food is gone. You gotta.
Everything edible is sitting in a pile in front of. Char Char.
It's all gone. Yeah, and so with the hungry Mick, now comes the question: did we want to do bits now?
Do we want to get reunited first and then do it?
Yeah.
So if I wake up in the
Can I-
morning, the first thing I'm going to do is
Oh.
pop up and start exploring again.
Okay, so I don't roll on that yet.
No, you do get one for use of all tools.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I wasn't sure if that was a tool of a traveling gear specific rule, an all tool rule. Yeah. So you want to try to you're looking for food failed, but you wanted to try to find what in the castle, Leela.
I'm not even looking for anything specific. I'm looking for anything interesting. Let's see.
That would be a
Let's see.
perception test. And
Sure.
if you get any amount of successes, you hear the other rodents scurrying in the through the kitchen trying to find food.
Someone's coming! Quick!
Oh.
Get ready to attack!
Yes, that is definitely Leela's personality.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you make a perception test, you hear sounds coming from the kitchen. It sounds like someone's rolling it over, searching it. So,
In
yeah.
which case, if I hear someone in the kitchen, if the others aren't awake, I'll go and, shake them awake and say, "Hey, guys, I hear someone in the kitchen. We should go figure out what it is."
No, I'm just pointing it out so we remember you did have one more die on that perception test.
Fair enough.
Hearing.
Yep.
Misa thinks it's a human. Let's go.
And
And you
I'm
go to
off
the kitchen, and the noise, when you get there, the noise is still ongoing as if what could be found, it can be found if you just look harder.
Yeah, it's the classic, like, I'm going to the fridge, and I'm opening it, I'm not seeing anything I want, so I close it, and then 5 minutes later, I'm back in the fridge opening it again. That's what's...
With
that's,
lower standards.
Yes, so I'm just there until I accept that I'm going to eat something that does not look edible.
Yeah. So you hear the sound of someone rummaging through this room when you're about to turn the corner. Does anyone have like a scaredy cat instinct or something that involves
Yep.
throwing the poison and killing Mick?
No,
I have-
I just
When surprised,
I have
hesitate.
a thing about running.
And I have a thing about
I
flinching
have-
and hesitating.
I have a thing that when certain death is assured, bake and grovel for my life.
Yeah, so none of those trigger.
No.
Okay. Yeah. But you do hear the
hello again
rummaging
before coming on
around the
in.
corner.
I really
So
need
do
to make
y'all
an
just
instinct about that.
do you just want to run straight into the room, or do you want to do something else?
Hello, who's there?
There we
And
go.
then into
Yeah,
the room.
I get about 30 feet away from the room, and I just wait for Leela to do what she's gonna do.
And Leela politely walks into the room, and you see Mick turn
Yeah,
to
and
the
Mick, like, jumps 3 feet in the air as he's 4 feet tall. He's like... And then, like, he's, like, holding, like, a pot that he was halfway open, and there's nothing remaining in it. He thought it would have
It's
had
like
something.
no, you pick the lid off the pot and you look through it, and there's just a hole in the bottom.
Yeah.
It's rusted all of the way through.
I think he just, like, tosses it to the side, and off-screen we hear it shatter, like that thing.
Mick, you're here! And she's gonna run up and hug you.
Pats your head.
Yeah. So the group is reunited in the
Reunited.
Yeah.
Ah, you're alive. Good.
And now you are getting a rendition of everything I can possibly think about to tell you. Enjoy.
I'm making, like... I'm moving my jaw. I'm looking for food.
Oh, do we want to do this again? Do we?
Yeah. We can assume that y'all have leftover from last night, and you get your thing.
Okay.
And let's do bits now.
Okay. Should
And
I make
then-
a health test then,
Okay.
real quickly, to see if I recover?
Yeah, you
Or-
could make your OB1 health test to see if this carries over to the next session. Because I have exactly like one more
good.
session worth of adventure written. So let's just...
I'm good.
Cool, 2 shot. I mean, it's better than the half a session adventure that
I liked our solution of you came back. And
I just can't talk anymore. I don't sound like this anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah.
2
boy.
weeks.
That problem.
wasted.
This isn't
we're
annoying at
gonna
all.
finish. So we're gonna finish the adventure to find the humans next time. I have a few more key locations that you can explore and search, and we also have the rest of this castle to explore.
Yeah,
So that should be enough to eat up 4 hours.
agreed.
See, you think so, but like because we fucked up so bad in this one, we're gonna blow through everything you had prepped
Yeah.
in like the first 20 minutes.
Well,
Yes.
if that actually happens, we could do our Burning Wheel review.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
So
Misa
Bits,
gonna
So
first.
bits.
So, Misa thinks that the humans aren't so bad. Maybe Misa can be friends. I will make friends with a human. Every time we thought there were humans, I was like, let's go make friends with them. So I think I got that.
sure.
Um, Misa and Jalius ran away together. Jalius is the smartest person here. Misa will protect Jalius instead. I think I got fate for that because I was always by Jalius.
Sure.
You're making poison, I guess.
Yeah. Poison to defend.
You made a roll in defense. So
Everyone thinks Misa a big dum dum, but Misa will prove I'm not big dum dum. I
did you
tried.
succeed in at least one roll that impressed people?
I made
Oh
poison.
yeah.
So
Field,
yes.
field doctoring me.
Okay.
Oh,
Not
I did
exactly
awesome.
hard to
Okay.
impress, but
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
That
you
fate.
got. Are you all? Is everyone else convinced that Char Char Binks is not a big dum dum?
You got a ways to go about that one for me.
I am.
I am not convinced either.
Until that's unanimous, you cannot get it complete.
So therefore fate.
Yep.
Instinct always lead the way. Got us into trouble.
Because you don't know how to do that.
I won away. I'm one test away. And then when certain death is assured, beg and grovel for my life.
Hey, that did not come up.
No. Whenever there's a dull moment, fix it. I didn't intentionally do that.
It didn't get you in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just get 4 fate that is not copyright infringible.
Any
So,
traits? Do you have
traits.
traits?
I do have traits. Let us see here. Let's go to confusing rant is more like a duel of wits thing. So no. All the other like rodent things, no. Lucky. Oh, I mean, it didn't get used, but Aura of Innocence for the bandits.
For traits, it's if it significantly changes story, I think.
Yeah. It didn't. That trait didn't come up. You ran away. If you,
That's true.
If you were like,
guess
I don't
that's
know,
okay.
I had nothing to do
Because
with the
Mick-
attack.
Yeah.
It would have mattered, I think, if the attack hadn't happened, because that would have been part of the reason we got away scot-free.
yeah, it could have
That would have
helped.
changed the case.
It could have
but
helped
instead-
if the attack didn't happen. It could have helped
Then
if you
Mick
had
decided he needed to prove himself stronger than 2 bandits and found out he wasn't stronger than a crossbow bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just ran away, so it didn't come up.
That's fair. Yeah. Nothing really for my traits. So I'm
Sure.
good.
Okay. So for my first belief, nothing triggered. It was trying to find where my home colony went, and yeah. I want the adventure to last for a long time. I feel like there's at least fate on that. We have not been doing much.
We've
and
had
wasted
many
a couple of
delays.
days.
But you didn't
Yeah.
do anything to delay it.
That's true. You didn't do it
I
intentionally.
did help with the fail, or rather, help. our
Helping to
team.
fail is
Our
very
team.
different from
No,
doing
more a
something to
matter of-
stall.
We both okay.
You're saying like
And,
when you got into a disagreement about which way to go and it took a whole day to resolve it?
Yeah, that is what I'm
I
talking
don't
about.
know. My big thing is if you roll on it, it's way easier to like codify whether or not you did something to that end.
That's true.
Is
It
that's-
wasn't.
that's a
Our
good-
intent was not to. Your intent was
Yeah.
not to delay.
That's a good. If you make a roll, like for next time, if you make a roll with the intent to slow things down, that automatic that'll trigger it. But like that's the easiest way to get the weird beliefs is to say this roll is to slow down the adventure, to slow down the journey.
Yeah.
Like that's the way to make sure you get that.
And next time I'll have more time to actually put in beliefs, so that's
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's totally
Yeah.
understand.
The last one I've got there is Char seems friendly. I want to get to know him better. I was spending a lot of time trying
Yeah,
to
you helped him make poison. You
the field
worked.
test, talked with him.
Yeah, you worked with him. You definitely get. I don't know. Actually, what was the trigger on it?
Char seems friendly. I want to get to know him better.
Do you feel like you know him?
You did help him make a poison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you feel like it's Persona or Fate? Because it's the goal is dependent on you, and you made a roll about it. So
Let's be honest. I, in character, know nothing. I know that you are a doctor, and I know that you're willing to listen to me. I don't really know you as a person, I'd say.
yeah, so you you got Fate for working on it.
Yeah.
Instincts, if there's something I don't understand, get up close and examine it.
Said hi to the bandit.
I think that saying hi to the guards is actually going to trigger under friendly trait, changing the story.
Yeah, that makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
I don't think I've actually gotten us into trouble by examining anything up
Yeah,
close
you definitely
yet.
did that, but it didn't get you. Yeah, as you said, it didn't get you in trouble.
Always assume that everyone is a good person until proven otherwise.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. There we go.
That got you in trouble.
And always follow the orders of people I consider smarter than me, aka Mick. Thanks, Mick.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, that's the same incident as.
Yeah, it is the same incident.
Well,
Same incident.
yes and no. I think
Well, actually, you're right. Okay, getting the guards to walk up to you is
one.
either is
attacking
one incident.
with Mick was the
Attacking,
other.
yeah, attacking with Mick is the second.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so that's two different fates just for those two friendly things, because I think the friendly triggers way too many times for it
Yeah.
actually to be. Yeah. And that's it for me.
Cool.
Okay. So I changed my beliefs partway through, so I'll custom it later. First one doesn't matter. All humans are powerful and cruel. It's the only way they could rule the surface. Never came up. So my current belief is I need to return successful on this journey, or I better not return at all.
Worked on.
I would say worked on, and my old one also, like, not both, just one or the other, would
Yeah.
have also been worked on if I could.
Yeah, because it's you didn't die yet.
Yes, I didn't die yet, and Mick is acting. Before Mick was reckless, now he is desperate, and that's a different thing. He is desperate to succeed versus reckless to prove himself. So he's being a lot more careful. Third belief, neither Jaulius nor Char attacked with me. It's their fault I almost died last year.
There's not actually an action attached to that.
No, there's not. It's if I act based on it, but it didn't have an
Yeah.
achievement.
It just means he can't get Persona if
But I
there's
could
no
get
action
Fate.
attached to it.
There were a few things. I think the main one was that he was very specifically only trying to communicate with me. She was not one.
That. Well, what's the rule for Fate? That it complicates the story?
If it came, as far as I'm aware,
Not beliefs. Sorry, beliefs. It's if you acted on that belief, right?
if I acted on that belief,
Yeah.
it's fate. It's meant to be relatively low.
Yeah. Did you act on that belief?
Yes.
All right. There you
Yeah.
go.
Instincts, when surprised, flinch and hesitate. That's why I was seen by the bandits, I think, because if I was running, I was like getting away from them, and then I intentionally said, no wait, I'm following my instinct, I'm staying there, because I was surprised. So I think I get a pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
Never let anyone see my weakness. That's why I attacked the bandits. My belief isn't there anymore that was based on it, but this instinct is. And
That complicated the story.
And
It certainly got you
me
into
in
trouble.
Always work alone. Didn't get me into trouble. It could have, but I was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have food, but I wouldn't really consider that trouble.
That's not the instinct of always work alone. You didn't have the choice to work.
True.
Yeah,
with
you were
someone.
separated.
That's also very true.
Yeah, if options you say no, then yes.
Yes. So my traits are mean, victim, grumpy. My former trait was comically high voice. I don't know if any of those significantly changed the story, but I think my current trait that feels like significant.
Mute changed the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get points for mute because reasonably.
And other
Because we were able to find you forever.
Yeah.
Okay, I get.
And
I
I've
have
been
fate.
misinterpreting
I have
you
so
entire
much
times.
fate. Yeah. I have a glorious 5 fate now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fate farm.
Mick
So.
went from like this kind of like he went from a comedy with a minor tragic backstory to like this miserable character.
Just tragic backstory.
He's just like the David Tennant standing in the rain gif. That is his character.
Yeah, he went from joke with like a tragic backstory to just the joke left. It's just the tragic
It's just the tragic
now.
backstory now. Yeah.
All right. So as far as Jowlies is concerned, nothing on the first belief. I didn't keep an eye out for the Fields of Paradise because nothing looked like. I survived this once and I can do it again. We will make at least a day's progress. I think that's Persona. We've made a day's progress.
Made at least a day.
I didn't have a role for it because
first Persona.
I didn't have a role for it because we turned around, but I did try to use Mick as a shield when we were walking into the webs. I don't know if that counts.
No, we didn't get that. If you encountered something at all and then you used Mick as a shield, then yes. But
okay,
you thought about it. The intent was there, but it didn't come into play yet.
And I don't think it's changed the story yet, but I'm definitely trying to hit the bitter trait. I
feel like that's one that.
Well, you have some good people to help.
I admit I wouldn't have picked up on the bitter trait.
No.
So I think I wouldn't say.
Yeah. We have instincts. We did instincts. Yeah, that's all the bits.
Yep.
Okay. Good for session.
Yeah.
I have plot armor.
We are trying to scheme against or kill each other. We have issues with each other.
Yeah. We're
not actually trying to betray each other.
No overt acts.
Yeah.
There was no overt acts of violence or malevolence against.
It's a step up, everybody.
Just brutal.
I have to say, I do kind of enjoy scheming against each other.
Yeah.
It was fun,
to be a team.
but it was exhausting at the same time.
It's so much. It's so much harder when you have to work together.
Is it harder?
Yeah.
Because
it feels like it.
The dice rolls are easier, but the roleplay is harder.
That's fair. Yeah, roleplay kind of is very easy to do when you just like, well, they betrayed me. Well, it's easy. I just hate everyone for various reasons.
Fuck that guy.
Roleplay is one of the reasons I'm only doing Leela in a short session, because then other people don't have to roleplay getting incredibly annoyed with her. So.
We will finish this up next session and have a complete little rat storyline. It'd be great.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
We're gonna get back when we're going to say we found the humans somewhere.
We're like gonna draw it onto the map they gave us, and it's gonna be completely off base. That's what. That's
like, well, we went here and this way, and God.
Listen, if we can orienteering roll to get us back, then I'll have the orienteering skill.
Oh, it's gonna be like a torchbearer thing, where like in torchbearer, if someone is drawing it on the map, when you rest, you can make a test to write down on the map or like draw out every place you've been. It feels almost like, but that's for presumably next session.
I wasn't even worried about the return trip.
Oh, okay.
Because there won't be one.
Probably.
Well, just because like the importance. Well, no, it's just like because the important part of the story is the getting there, and then it's a short session. Unless you want to, I mean, if you really want to, but it'll add an extra session of, and then you walk home.
I guess it's more a matter of the epilogue.
Do it again.
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings, and then they went home.
That's what I was gonna do. So the end of next session is the end of your adventure.
Okay,
that's what ends you get on after that, we don't care about.
Yeah. All right. Let's. We'll see you next week.
We're leaving. So buy my game. Buy my game.
Yes, buy his game. What's your game called, and what's it about?
It's about the plague. It's called So There's a Plague On.
Perfect. Additionally, I am literally right after the stream is done going to be posting on the Dungeon World Discord and subreddit about my game that was formerly known as Dungeon World Abridged and is currently under name review, but I'm still going to call it that because I can't think of another good
Workshopping
name.
the name.
We're workshopping the name. Dungeon World Abridged is what it's called right now. I probably can't actually call it that long term.
No, you cannot.
I'm pretty sure I can't.
Nope.
But that's what I'm going with now. It will be changed. But it is a revised version of Dungeon World. Like there's like a few others that I wrote to fit in with a specific, a lot looser, more streamlined format with less tracking and more of the parts of Dungeon World. Like I'll be posting it immediately after this. Go check it out. Give feedback. It's just some Google Docs for now. They're not formatted, but the content is ready to be is written and ready to be updated and refined. That's that. Thank you everyone for watching. We will see you next week for more Cease and Desist. Yes.